you're here with me.
Yeah,
and
just
you're
the cool
clearly
kids.
the most creative
Of course.
in the office.
Yeah.
So well second to me.
Wow.
We need a song for the pre-show.
Pre-show. Who's gonna come sit at the table? It's the pre-show. Pre-show. Pre-show.
Seats are missing.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny podcast pre-show for you beautiful bastards on patreon.com/kindoffunny. Thank you for your love and support. Nick, we started the conversation out there, but we cut it off and ran in here. I didn't realize you were watching Watchmen as well.
I am. I love it.
Who's watching The Watchmen?
Damn, it's a good show. Are you watching it?
Not yet. I'm
Dude,
waiting for it.
Coward. I don't know how every week it gets better. No spoilers.
When it ends, do you guys want to do a screencast?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
100%.
Fuck yeah, I'm excited about that.
Dude, I
Let's
know
just-
you didn't see it either last night.
I didn't see last night. No.
Dude, like I think every episode's been great. Don't get me wrong, but like last night's episode, when the pieces fall into place of what's gonna
what the fuck's
happen,
happening?
and then it
haven't
turns
seen
a
it
couple
yet.
times, and it's just like the ending. Holy fucking shit! I am
It's-
so excited for next week's episode.
I'm happy to hear that because one of my biggest fears, obviously, going into The Watchmen was it's Damon Lindelof. We're going to go Lost route. But it sounds like he's actually... It sounds like the whole season's mounting towards something that's very ominous and very cool.
Yeah.
And I like it. Yeah. And I don't know what the fuck is happening with Ozymandias, but it's weird and twisted.
It's really cool.
In the
Fucked
chat,
up.
Cameron Kennedy says, "Do I need to read the comic or watch the movie first?"
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
read the comic. It's based on the comic. It's a sequel to the comic, but you could watch the movie and get and understand if you want to watch a movie rather than read the
I would-
comic.
I would-
95% of it.
I would do both.
There's just
I mean,
one explanation that like.
yeah. I don't know. That's a good point, though, because I guess the movie's is good. I like the movie.
I like the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the changes the movie makes. It's interesting that like the show is going with the actual comic book.
Yeah.
And like the differences there are like I think it's interesting where they're taking that side of the story.
I would say if you can do both, do both. I would say read
Cameron
the comic
Kennedy
first,
says,
then
"Dope,
watch
thanks.
the movie.
I will do both."
But if you don't have time for it, watch the movie, then Google the differences because
Yeah,
you have to know the differences.
Heather
Otherwise,
says,
you'll
seeing
be
the
like,
reaction
what
to the
fuck is
latest
going on in
episode,
this?
last night's episode, has made
No
me want to
spoilers.
watch it so badly. No
No
spoilers.
spoilers.
No spoilers.
I'm not spoiling anything, but you're 100% right.
we
Because
got
I
another
feel like
time.
I'm rare. I'm. It's rare for me to be like at the end of an episode, holy shit, and that was a holy shit moment.
I feel
last
like
night.
again, no spoilers for stick it in. For the week prior, the one that was largely done in like flashback black and white episode was awesome.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
good.
god, it was
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, totally.
I was like,
it was so
I was
well
like,
done.
I'm
and
gonna be
different.
bored by this, but like, I hope they don't stay the whole episode's not like this. But they kept it so well. It's so well done. The action was so visceral and fucking violent.
Yeah.
God, it was good.
Is it 8 episodes or 10?
I have no idea.
It's gonna be 8, I think, right? Because there's
I'll look into it.
3 more, 2 more. They did the thing last night,
I
only
think
blank
it was
episodes.
I think it's 10 because they're on episode 6 right now. I think.
Well, I think,
But, like-
it's either 3 or 2 we have left.
Oh, okay.
Well, like, shout out to fucking Jeremy Irons,
Yeah, killing it.
who's just
The whole cast.
yeah, the whole cast is great.
2 more left. 9 episodes. Thanks, Barrett.
Okay.
Damn,
Here comes the boss baby. He's got things to say. Kevin, turn
Boss
up.
baby music. Boss baby
Kevin,
music.
turn it
Boss baby
down.
music. Everyone gets music.
Kevin, get
Boss baby
around.
music.
Take off your hat. Roll on the ground.
Off the ground. He's like a pizza dough. Rolling on the ground. Pizza dough.
I haven't watched it at all, but I'm really excited. I'm waiting for the entire season to be out. Roger Picorni just tweeted like, please, like if you haven't like read the comic, read the comic, watch the show if you haven't. And I just went down to the comic store to pick up Watchmen the comic
fuck yeah.
because I haven't read it in probably like 10 years and I've never owned my own copy. So I'm excited to like read through it again and watch the show.
Interesting, and I'm sure we probably covered this a long time ago, but I can't remember. Yeah, it was a bit bright. God.
It's so good.
The lack of Alan Moore's name all over the show is decisive. He does not
Definitely
like
a choice.
this shit.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
doesn't
I-
like anything that people
Yeah.
make.
Well, I think he had a falling out with his writing partner, and I think the writing partner's like, "Oh, I'm gonna sell this show because Daddy likes money." The only criticism I have is not even a criticism really, because I don't fault a show for being too smart for its own good. But I'm trying to get my wife into it, and she likes it, but she has no idea what's happening. Because like you have to pay attention, you have to know, you have to have read the comic,
Yeah.
see the movie, kind of Google what happened in some of these things, because it's like otherwise you don't remember who the FBI. You're like, who's the FBI agent? And then you're like,
Yeah.
oh wait, that's her. Like
Okay.
crazy,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like there's,
I have a.
I would brush up on your Watchmen before you go in this.
Yeah, that's why I'm excited to
Sure.
reread the comic right before I watch the show.
There's a 15-minute sort of video essay that I sent to my dad.
Smart.
That kind of not only catches you up on the events and everything, but kind of delves deeper because it's a video where kind of combating the people. There's a lot of people who don't like the show because the show is very like anti-white. There's the bad guys are white supremacists. And so there's a lot of like people on the internet that are angry
white
about
supremacists
like.
that are mad about it.
There's a lot of people on the.
We're not all bad.
There's a lot of
People are mad at something.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the audience that are like, "Ah, fuck, you had to bring politics into this or whatever." It's
Into the Watchmen.
yeah, exactly.
It's a show about politics.
Exactly. But you know, and they say that the show is like super left and all this stuff, but like they live in a world where Robert Redford is president. And the world has gone so far left that people are like not stoked about it, you know. So it's not
catch that. I thought I misheard that name when I was like, they can't possibly be saying Robert Redford, right? I thought because Dee asked me, she's like, is Robert Redford president? I was like, no, you misheard
way,
that. I think
no
it's
way.
someone else there.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They call
Sorry,
it
bye,
like
guys.
they call it Redfordations, where they give you no, but they call it Redfordations.
Yeah, no, I know. Where they give
Oh,
you,
yeah.
I was filling in your.
So like if your family was a victim of like some racial crime, you get Redfordations and you get money back from like the government or whatever.
I just think I think it's cool. I mean, I mean, I understand that's a hot button topic, but I think kudos to them for engaging
It's
in
so
it
well
because
done.
it's engrossing.
Yeah.
you know, it's just and it's so beautifully shot, and the fucking cast between Regina King and the dude that was Buster Scruggs. The guy who plays what's his name, Looking Glass.
Yeah.
he's
Really good.
fucking
Mirror guy.
awesome.
Mirror
He's
guy.
awesome.
I like-
that episode. There's like an episode about him, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Fuck."
To your
case?
To your point, hold on, I'll get to that in a second. To your case, I like that
Daddy got
Khalif
drunk.
Adams tweeted this out today. Quick thoughts about last night's Watchmen HBO. No spoilers, but the first thing he put is amazing that this is the blackest show on TV right now. And yeah, no,
It's
when
so
we
good.
landed, I was exhausted, and I went to the hotel bathroom to try to freshen up to go to dinner, and I was all tired and dropped my phone and broke the back.
Oh no.
And so I went in. Apple Care works over there, but they didn't have my phone in stock, so I was like, yeah, just give me a case and hold it together.
What was I going to say? So Damon Lindelof, they talked about a lot of his writing process on the show and how he said, I absolutely will not write this with a lot of black people to help me write this so that I don't do it wrong. Because he just wanted a lot of consulting on a lot of these issues where if only a white person had written it, there would probably be problems and wrong decisions might have been made. But he has like this huge writing team, like super multicultural writing team that like I want to get this right and I want to do right by everybody, and it's fucking the last night's episode again. I finished last night's episode in the back of an Uber, and
I saw you tweet that.
out loud I was like, oh my fucking god,
Right?
Like,
That
See, I
ending,
think-
dude.
But the thing is, like, to me, it goes beyond that. Obviously, like, it's so hard to talk about without spoiling it. But like, the whole concept of what the cops are going through, like Regina King's character and Looking Glass and all these people, the reason why they have to wear masks, that stuff is just as a grander, way more fucking like terrifying thing.
Yeah.
And like, you get the feeling that this world, it's so rare that they can create this for me, but you get this just underlying feeling of tension the entire time.
yeah.
Like at any moment,
Oh my
this
God.
whole thing is gonna just collapse.
He
into
writes.
chaos.
He
And it's
creates
so well done.
Him and Vince Gilligan create some of the best tension with
Dude.
with sounds, with just I guess just editing. You know, like I love when movies do that thing. What's it called? The Sharp Objects did it a lot with the silent flashbacks. Where it's
Oh,
just
it's
someone
just flash-
walking,
it's just
and then it
frames.
just cuts to something really,
Yeah.
really quick, and cuts. Like I love when
Yeah.
it's such a good, like, scary thing. Really
Man,
creepy.
I'm glad I like this because I've given Damon Lindelof a lot of shit over the years, and there's been a lot of reason to.
Yeah.
Prometheus being one, Lost being another, but he is not. He and the team are knocking out of the fucking park on this one.
I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Get your life together. You know what I mean?
There's that also.
Leftovers, real good, guys. I'm
I'm
just
telling
saying.
you,
No, I tweeted about it Watchmen, and it was like, oh, you should watch Leftovers. I'm like, I got something else to do. All right,
Yeah.
I'm watching The Watchmen. I'm
It's
fine.
good. It's a good
Don't
show.
worry about it,
It's
all
a
right?
very good show.
Also, I think Silicon Valley is wrapping up.
Fuck, I didn't watch last night.
I didn't watch last. I didn't watch anything
It
last
ties
night.
into Watchmen.
Oh shit.
It's crazy. Same universe.
Damn.
Very excited about that.
Yeah, I know.
I watched another movie a couple other movies I want to talk about. One I want to talk about with you, but before I get to that, I want to give a notable shout out to The Report, which is an Amazon Prime movie they picked up with Adam Driver. It's called The Torture Report, but they blacked out. You know, they do that sometimes. And it's about the guy that spent 6 years of his life digging through the CIA's records on their torture techniques. They call it enhanced interrogation techniques, EITs. It's a real story about a real guy. spent 6 years doing this, and basically proved that waterboarding and shit like that just doesn't work. But it was a huge fucking deal for everyone, and it's what led President Obama to like famously like we were ending torture. We do not torture people. It's because of all the stuff that led up to this in the Bush administration, and it's really fucking sad and really fucked up. And Adam Driver just continues to prove to me that he is
so
a
fucking
fucking phenomenal actor. Annette Bening plays
Put him wherever,
Feinstein,
right?
Diane Feinstein, and like it's a fucking awesome movie.
I feel like Adam Driver reminds me a lot of Matt Damon, where you can kind of put him in any role and he'll do well, whether it's super dramatic or like a goofy weirdo or an everyman. I just feel like he always sort of finds his place.
He finds that good character. I will say for Matt Damon, he's a little too Matt Damon sometimes for me. Where I watch Ford versus Ferrari and I'm like, you're on the line of being just Matt Damon in this, but it's okay. He didn't cross over the line, but there was like we were skating the line to being Matt Damon.
Can we darken the shot of it a little
Mr.
bit?
Yasman 300 says, are you going to talk
Yeah, this
about
is right.
The Irishman? Yes, Greg and I.
Oh, that was one of the things we want to start about when we talk
we're
about when
talking
we came
The
in here for the
Irishman, yeah.
pre-show.
Should we do that for the real show?
No, nobody gives a shit.
No one cares. Okay.
The shows just keep rolling. You know what I mean?
Roll
One into
on,
the
dude.
next.
So
Watch it. It's long.
obviously Irishman.
Has anybody watched The Irishman in here?
No,
Are you familiar with it?
I am.
Heard of it.
Ireland, right? Oh, my shillelagh. You know
There are
that?
men there.
Lots of
All right. To be clear, I haven't watched The Irishman.
Martin Scorsese obviously returning to the gangster form, the gangster genre with everyone that made the movies with originally, including Harvey Keitel is in this. Joe Pesci came out of retirement to do this movie. Robert De Niro
Al
and
Pacino.
Al Pacino together in
do you
multiple
think,
scenes.
How much do you think Pesci got paid?
I think that he just called him up and was like, dude.
you're doing it,
Dude.
He's like, oh,
And Pesci's like, dude, I don't. He's like, dude.
The band,
dude.
boys are back
Dude.
together, bro.
We
Yeah.
got
And-
Bobby. Bobby's in.
What's crazy is Pesci's usually plays like in Casino and in Goodfellas, he plays the crazy wild card
Yeah,
guy,
yeah,
and largely the guy that gets everyone into trouble in both movies.
Goodfellas is so good.
And I mean, Casino's great too, but Goodfellas is like that character is that Joe Pesci energy, that little guy that's got a chip on his shoulders, is gonna be hyper violent. But in this, he's this quiet, reserved guy, and it's weird. And
It's
he's
great.
so good
It's
in it.
good.
I was seeing a lot of people upset about the face stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It is
Oh, yeah.
bad.
Oh, yeah. It
Bad.
ruins it. I like it-
Legitimately ruins the
So,
movie.
to be clear,
Who? What?
they de-age everybody.
people.
Not only do they de-age
Oh, they do all
people,
the smoothing bullshit.
but they expect you to think that Robert De Niro's character in the flashback to the first time he meets Joe Pesci
He's like
is
30.
this young kid.
oh no,
Dude,
Like, he
Joe
calls him
Pesci comes up to
kid.
the car and he's like, all right,
Hey,
kid.
kid.
And I'm looking at it, and here's the problem with it.
It's fucking bad.
Here's the fucking problem with this entire de-aging shit, because they're all giving great performances.
And
I
they
love
put
Martin
blue eyes in his eyes.
Scorsese.
It's
I love
fine.
Martin Scorsese. I love these films. I love De Niro. I love everybody involved. Right. The kid thing is the first thing that'll throw you, and I have not been able to get it off of my fucking mind for the last hour and 40 fucking minutes of this film, and I still have an hour and 40 more to go.
Oh no.
But
it's like 3 hours.
they do this,
There's not a
Andy. They
chance.
call him kid, which immediately puts you into a spiral you will never get out of
Yeah.
in the film,
'Cause you're like,
because
is he
you
younger?
now
Is he
have
younger?
no anchor for how old anyone is supposed to be at any time.
Nope.
You
'Cause
call everyone kid.
yeah, but this isn't
No,
meant
but
to be
it's
that
like
way.
I'm mentoring you.
This is Robert De Niro with like fucking clay on his face driving a car, and it's like, how young are you? The one that completely shatters all illusions is like, all right, fine, he's young, he's I don't know, 30s now in this scene. I'm not sure what's going on. He's gonna beat the shit out of this guy, and he
Oh,
walks
God.
over and
It's
gives
so
the
bad.
old man kick, like that fucking like. Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
No,
and the guy's like,
but-
oh!
But not only that, so they're all kind of hunched over because they're
Weird
old.
choices.
So they put shoulder pads on him to kind of straighten him out.
Yep.
But his hands,
straighten him
but I
out.
swear to God, in this scene he's talking about, his cuffs are just a little too long for his hands. So he's like, and the guy's like selling. I mean, the guy was selling.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But it was not what it.
I was
what they were
describing
looking
it-
for was the scene where fucking Ray Liotta
Yeah,
goes,
comes
what
up
did he
and
do to you?
with a
Grabs the
gun and
just
beats the
fucking
shit out of the
beats
guy's
the guy's
face.
head
So
in
good.
so violently and walks back on the street and goes, hide this. And like that scene sticks out in my mind as like the most hyper violent fucking thing you've ever seen, and with crazy energy. This is like watching my dad get off the couch.
And that's the problem, is that no matter
so
how
bad.
much you de-age his face, you can't de-age his body.
No,
and I
you
love
cannot.
Robert De Niro, and I love his body of work and everything else.
And his body.
He currently has old man body,
got old
and
man
we've all
ass.
seen it. So it literally reminds me, Tim, to bring it to what you'll understand, because it's what I understand, it reminds me so much of Raphael when he wears the trench coat and hat, where it's like, you're still a Ninja Turtle.
fucking
Like,
turtle.
I know you're a fucking turtle right now, dude. And so, no matter...
Guys ain't working, buddy.
Is De Niro supposed to be 22, 62? Doesn't fucking matter because he's got the same my grandfather's body walking around.
And that honestly ruins the first. I will say it ruins the first hour or 2 hours of the movie.
2 hours for
Because-
sure.
It ruins the first 2 hours of the movie.
Because the first 2 hours of the movie very long, very much just love letter to let these fucking guys act, let them improv. It's De Niro, it's Pacino. They're talking. Who fucking cares? You're gonna watch those 2 hours, and if you're a fan of Martin Scorsese movies and gangster films like that, you're getting through it. Where it really picks up though is it's an actual true story, supposedly, about a guy that confessed to killing Jimmy Hoffa, and that's who Robert De Niro plays. In the last hour of it, we catch up to a more modern time where they're all their actual age almost, and it becomes unbelievably good. Like to the point where you're like, fuck, this is the movie. Why haven't I been watching this last 30 minutes of this movie for the last 2.5 hours?
You get slivers of it because like we've been watching it in parts, and so
hard
it
to
was
get through.
me, Lucy, and Jen the first night, and I was super into it and I'm just like dialed in, and then Jen the next night, Lucy and I were like, you want to start it, and Jen's like, under no circumstance, and went to bed. So me and Lucy started it, and like it was literally at some point Lucy's like, how much more is left? And I paused it, and there's still an hour and 40 minutes. She's like, I'm going to bed. And so we stopped it there. But like that second part for me was like, oh man, all the scenes. There's great moments in it, but the scenes just show. But there's an awesome moment where I was like, oh, De Niro's character is Cool Greg. Where Cool Greg / De Niro's in a room, right?
The part where he gets yelled at.
Jimmy Hoffa's yelling at a
bad.
room full of
Fucking
people.
terrible scene.
Jimmy Hoffa's yelling at a room full of goons, right? And he's just like, you're all fucking morons. How could you let this happen? Blah, blah. And De Niro's character just goes and gets up and leaves. and Pacino comes out. He's like, where are you going? He's like, I'm not going to sit in a room. He's putting on a coat. I'm not going to sit in a room, have you call me a moron.
He's like, oh, what's his name? Irishman.
The Irishman.
I forget what his fucking name is, but he's like, so I wasn't talking to you, clearly.
Yo, you know me. I was talking to you.
Baby, come back and do it. It's got a lot of bad scenes. It needed about a solid hour cut out of it because the first like 2 hours is just those guys just chewing fucking scenery. That's pretty much it. But where it gets compelling is when Robert De Niro's character becomes friends with Hoffa, and then like really good friends with Hoffa, and then Hoffa wants to run for, because he was like the head of the union, wants to run for that again, and the mob doesn't want him to, and he starts talking shit to the mob, and then he has to kill his friend basically, and it's fucking horrible. But it's
I like that. I saw a tweet from Drucker yesterday that was a quote tweet of an article where Scorsese was like, please, please, please don't watch this on phones. And Drucker quote tweeted was like, this is exactly what I would do if I wanted you to watch it on phones. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, I bet the de-aging wouldn't look so fucking weird if it wasn't life size on my giant screen.
Well, the problem with the de-aging is like de-aging you can do in like a scene, right? Like we had the flashback scene in, well, I guess that was probably all that was de-aged, right? Or was that CG?
That was all CG.
So that works, obviously.
What about Kurt Russell in Guardians, right?
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Great for a couple flashback scenes. But I don't know how old Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci are, but I know they're around the same fucking age, right? I've grown up watching Robert De Niro was a fucking man when I was like 2. So he is clearly in his 70s at least, right? There's no amount of de-aging that can get me to think he's a crisp young 30 years old. It's just not going to happen. And it's like, and it sucks too because it was miscast. They should have, I don't know what they could have done, but they should have had a younger guy play them and then caught up to them being older. I think that would have been a much better love letter to the old cast, the old guard of these gangster movies, of saying, hey, you guys get to play the present day people,
right?
But we're going to cast young up and coming.
And I don't understand
Sebastian Maniscalco as so-and-so.
I don't understand why they didn't do it. I don't understand why they didn't do it because you look at Godfather and Godfather 2, like De Niro plays younger Marlon Brando.
Fucking idea why they
So it's like,
just do
why
that.
wouldn't we have just done that here and like picked out other up and
I would have watched.
Instead, they get actors that are younger than them that I've seen in Boardwalk Empire or whatever, and like the nice stepdad from Ant-Man, and then they cast them to make them look older than De Niro.
Yeah. So they get Bobby Cannavale, who is probably 45. to play a guy older than De Niro.
I feel like I'm at your Thanksgiving.
I know, right?
Oh my, no, I love
Is this the Italian man?
But like,
We got Bobby Cannavale coming in here.
but it's I mean, to be perfectly honest, this is why I love these movies. But like, yeah, it sucks because I think I would have liked the movie a lot more because I would have liked to have been in that world. And Joe Pesci could have been the through line. They could have de-aged him.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
could have been fine because that's he needed to be old anyway. But man, what
It would have been
the first 2
it
hours
would have been
of the
less jarring if Marlon Brando bring his ass back, right?
Sure.
Dude,
Somehow.
yeah.
And he is 80-year-old Robert De Niro, and then you get Robert De Niro to play 30-year-old
Fuck,
Robert
dude,
De
you
Niro.
just nailed it.
It'd be a lot less
Yeah, yeah.
jarring.
They
you
took
know?
actors that are in their 40s and aged them to look like they're in their 70s, while they took actors in their 70s and tried to make them look like they're it like breaks your brain.
Yeah.
Hey kid, why are you calling me kid? I'm 20
It's
years
just,
your
it
senior.
just never works. It never
It's
fits
so
in.
bad.
I love when Greg says, and you know, the thing with Robert De Niro, he's kicking and stuff, but you know, sorry, your body right now is currently an old man's body. But you say currently as if like it can improve one day. Currently
They
it's
de-aged
super
your
old.
face, but there's nothing they can do for your body.
They really can't.
Your little
Perfectly.
bulbous old man body. You know what I mean? With the thin arms.
Yeah.
They got the thin arms and then the barrel chest.
Yeah.
It's what happens to every old person I've ever seen.
I
Every old
already
man.
have a barrel chest.
Yeah, what they
It's
were
gonna be
going.
really bad for you
Yeah.
then.
To
Put it in
God.
terms like if you want to see this movie kind of done like better, you should watch what was the movie with De Niro and Chaz Palminteri, Bronx Tale. Go back and watch Bronx Tale. That's what they were going for. They were going for like the young kid who's mentored by this gangster and then brought into this, but it just
Sequel to Shark Tale,
You know
right?
what's fucking crazy though? This shit when I looked it up, 96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's because nobody can finish it to review it.
I'm like, I don't understand why people think this is a phenomenal. People are like, this is his best movie ever. I'm like, oh God, am I gonna get into Departed territory again? Do I now have to defend my hatred of The Irishman for the next like 20
Oh, you
years?
hate it?
I really like the last hour of it, but that's a third of the movie. So I don't know that I can honestly say I liked the movie.
Sure.
Because the first 2 hours were like, what the literal fuck is happening? Like, are you playing a joke on me right now? And then the last hour, I was like, oh man, I'm almost like, this is really sad. And this is the Martin Scorsese that I know and love.
yeah.
So I don't know. it's
I
hard.
gotta go over that hump. You know what I mean?
I would like you to finish it and
I'm going to finish
and see. I would like to see your reaction to it.
Okay.
Because once they start digging, I mean, fucking Hoffa's characters didn't show up for like 2 hours.
Dude, when he, I was like, fuck, Al Pacino.
It's this movie, and
It's
he's
like
got
an
the best
advent
wig
calendar.
ever.
You're like, oh fuck, I'm in the 20s and they're still getting chocolate over here.
Yeah, I thought Pacino did a great job. Actually, I think Pesci and Pacino did great jobs. I think, and shout out to fucking Sebastian Maniscalco, who was
Which one's that?
the comedian. He plays Joe. Oh, you probably haven't gotten to him yet.
Probably not.
He plays this. They're all real people
Sebastian-
that they're playing. He just goes by Sebastian. He's a comedian.
Big
He's a guy
fan
like,
of
oh,
every
hey,
time.
like,
Every
he's
time
really
they
Italian.
Every time they introduce somebody, they do the like Scorsese pause and they put over them like when and how they got
With it
killed.
shot in the
'Cause
face
it's all
8
her.
times in their own driveway. 'Cause
It's
they're all
great,
dead.
yeah. And I again, for the way I'm watching it, I'm halfway through it or whatever. I'm just so I'm out in this desert watching this movie. Like in parts of it I like, and in parts of it I'm like, just fucking stop showing your weird face and your old man body. But I'm going just all of a sudden into the dining room walks Anna Paquin. I'm like,
Oh my god.
oh, she's in the Rogue's
No.
in this movie too. All right.
In the movie, you cast Anna Paquin. So the kids obviously.
By the way, welcome to
are-
the Kind of Funny podcast.
Hey everyone. So the kids obviously are like it spans like 30 years. So when his kids are like maybe 20 years, but his kids are like, teenagers, and then they can't age up the teenagers, so they recast the teenagers, which is totally disorienting because they didn't do that with anyone else. And then
And literally his daughter, who is Anna Paquin, right, just jumps from being like, I'm like a 9-year-old. I'm a 9-year-old who
10-year-old.
knows something's up and I don't like what's going on to I'm Anna Paquin walking into a room. Like, what the
I'm
fuck?
Anna Paquin
and
now.
again, because fucking Robert De Niro is de-aged, so he just looks this weird meld of old and young man. You have no idea how much time has passed.
You don't know. And all they did was they added a little bit. The other off-putting aspect of it is that he's supposed to be Irish, right? So they put blue eyes in his eyes, and he looks like a fucking vampire the entire movie. He looks like
It's like when you see one of
Robert
those dogs.
Pattinson
Dogs with
sparkling.
blue eyes freak me out.
Oh God, I'm like, why wouldn't you just let him have normal eyes? Like, do all Irish people have blue eyes? Did I not know this? Is this the thing? I know
not to my
maybe it's
knowledge.
and I know everyone out there's gonna be like, oh Nick, the real fucking guy had blue eyes. I'm like, nobody knows what this guy looks like.
No, nobody cares.
This is an off.
You know what I mean?
Do not. This is to me. And I know I have a tendency to get really distracted by completely useless and stupid things. This
But
is
it
like
looks
the
so
writing
wrong.
on this is like the writing on Will Smith's fucking collar in Suicide Squad. I'm like, why? Why is it there? What
Because
does it
he's
mean?
the light. He was gonna find the light. Remember?
Why is it there?
He wanted you to know that he had
But
light
it's
inside
so
him.
big in every scene.
Sure, but
you
it
think-
symbolizes the yoke he had. This is a pullover from the Snyderverse. If the
Okay.
Justice League cut would have come out, this would have explained a little
Snyder
bit.
Cut.
Of course. One day it'll all
Do you
make
think
sense.
on set Anna Paquin called Robert De Niro Babby? Babby.
I don't know because I have to
X-Men.
imagine.
Is
Oh,
she in
good.
it more? Does
Excellent.
she pop
Thank
up a
you.
lot
Thank you,
more?
guys.
No,
They weren't
she's
with me. They were in the early
She's
round.
in the movie, and this is
Why cast someone so well known?
That's what my wife was like. If I was Anna Paquin's agent, I'd be like, "What the fuck am I doing here?" Like, I would call my agent and be like, "What did you get me into? I know it's a Scorsese film, but she's in like 4 scenes, and
I heard she has 7 lines.
she has no dialogue. I mean, she's a compelling character because she sees him he kick the shit out of the
Bad
guy
stuff,
in
yeah.
the worst fucking way, probably like the laughable way. And so she's like, "Oh my god, my dad." She's the only person in her family that realizes her dad is who he is. He's hyper
bad
violent. He's a
kicker.
hitman. Like he kills people. And so she's like, "I don't want to talk to you." And they took it literally. So she just doesn't talk to him. Like she just the whole time doesn't talk to and she has like 5 lines the whole
games.
movie. Terrible. Great casting, but terrible misuse of a great actor. Like, I don't know.
Spoilers.
If you want to know more about The Irishman and hear us rant about in-act scenes, you can go watch the pre-show. But enough of that. This is the Kind of Funny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside producer/seducer Nick Scarpino.
It's. I just like to choose to believe that The Irishman is 3 movies in one, and I really like the third movie.
Did you see? I enjoyed that somebody put out the thing of like, here's how to watch this as a miniseries. And it's like non-spoiler, so it's like when this happens and like when this character does this, stop. When this guy
And
gets
play
into
this
stop.
credits.
When he leaves out of the room, when he leaves out of the room, you'll know it. Yeah.
This is like honestly, this is one of those movies that like years later, I want a contingent of people to get together and remake the first 2/3 of it with younger actors, and then just cut in the all the older actor stuff because they're still phenomenal actors.
Here's
It's
what I'm
just-
gonna say.
Didn't work. You want to do it now?
We got cameras. Why don't we do it right now?
You could be Robert De Niro. You're his height. I could be Al
Nailed it.
Pacino.
Nailed
He's a little
it.
short dude.
Yeah.
Balding, but they put a fucking ridiculous wig on him.
Hell yeah, they
So
did.
great.
Whenever I do my Bob De Niro impersonation
Oh,
from
you know
the
him,
face,
Bob.
I always like my mind immediately thinks that I'm doing the facial impersonation of the dog boy from Saving Silverman.
Let me see. No, that's De Niro, man.
I don't remember the dog boy from Saving
You don't
Silverman.
remember that? Saving Silverman.
I don't either.
I
I don't know
remember
why I
seeing
asked.
Silverman.
It looks exactly like the dog.
Can I get a photo? Can I get a photo?
Yeah.
Dog
Yeah,
boy.
video
Because
of Dog Boy?
Steve
Buscemi?
Vaughn, who's the guy with the
guy
blonde
from
hair?
Sopranos.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Vaughn.
Is
Yeah.
it Vaughn?
Zahn.
Zahn,
Steve
Steve
Zahn.
Zahn.
Oh,
He's the dude,
no, that's
man.
not the guy from
He's the
Sopranos.
dude. You know?
The dog boy, essentially the blonde girl that what's his doesn't it look like
fuck yeah,
doesn't
Randy.
it look like Robert De Niro?
There's Steve Zahn, which I appreciate.
I don't remember this character in
Show it. Show it.
Silverman.
Legitimately, I've seen Saving Silverman a dozen times on Comedy Central growing up, and I do not remember this dog boy.
So
at
the,
all.
She went-
At
it was
all.
very very quick. So the blonde girl, her family was in a circus.
Okay.
So all of her family
Oh.
had, you know, the bearded mom, the dog boy
Right,
son. Like
right.
she came from a family of like circus performers.
It is
Fuck
so
yes.
unbelievably. It's like when I see these pictures, I have a newfound respect. I have a newfound respect for the fact that Jack Black made it out, like still has a career, because
That,
like
that was a really Saving Silverman. Is a
So
great
good.
movie.
he did this.
Great
He
movie.
did this movie, and he still has a great career.
It's so good. It's one of my favorites.
like
was
Jason
this the one where
Biggs.
they had a Neil Diamond?
Yeah,
cover
Neil
band?
Diamond.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
All right,
so
yeah,
good.
it's coming back.
It's a great movie.
I
dude.
ate my words.
So
just
this
now.
is a Comedy Central movie though. Like,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
like, it turns out to
Oh
be-
yeah,
it's just on.
Yeah, and then after that is like Wedding Crashers.
Yeah,
and shit.
like right now.
So the
Oh, fuck yeah.
you know you're kind of
There it
freaked
is.
out that
There it
this by this being a scene that you don't remember. Yeah, there's the kid. Yeah, it like opened his mouth. So you remember this like not really being a scene or whatever.
Yeah.
So I had the same thing happen to me when I was back home in the RGV where we don't
Yeah.
play no games. I was watching Ace Ventura.
Oh yeah.
And they were doing, you know, the TV cut or whatever. And I saw scenes in that movie that I've never seen.
Oh, did
in
they
my
add
life.
scenes to it?
Yeah.
They
Pad it
do
out.
that sometimes. It's
Like,
weird.
and it fucking freaked me out because I had like this weird Mandela effect thing where I'm like, I don't remember any of these scenes. So essentially, the movie that we remember, he's like, all right, I'm going to go to Finkel's house. And the next scene, he walks up to the door, do.
Right.
And then, hello, I'm Ace Ventura. I'm looking for Ray Finkel. And a shotgun pops out, and he's like, and a clean pair of shorts or whatever. So in between that, there's these scenes where he goes to a gas station, and there's this weird freaky dude, and And he's like, I'm looking for Ray Finkel, and he's just like this weird character that makes no sense. And then he goes to a bar where a bunch of tough dudes are playing pool and drinking, and he mentions Ray Finkel, and they're like, "Who are you? Is he your friend?" He's like, "Yes." And then they like all want to threaten him. He's like, "No, hate the guy or whatever." But it's just weird thing that I'm like, what the fuck? I've never seen it.
Now I want to watch this.
I recently watched Wedding Singer for it was the movie night at a wedding that we went to.
Uh-huh.
And they had a deleted scene that I had never seen before. It was the old lady that does the rap song.
Yeah.
But she's talking about Adam Sandler's dick as when he's getting his the brisk, when they're
Sure, yeah, the circumcision.
Cutting the pee-pee.
And it's just like, this is a scene I've never seen before. This is just a weird deleted scene. And in the same manner, I watched not the same manner, but the same way I watched what is it? There's Something About Mary. But the uncensored
Jesus!
Version.
Oh God! What else?
And there's a whole storyline.
What they cut out of that movie?
That they cut out of the movie about the bad guy has a friend that's a bad cop that has a pet snake.
Oh, shit. That's awesome.
And at
that's
the end,
awesome.
At the end, the snake eats that guy, and the snake. But it's just I've never seen this before. So I was watching with Paul, and I was like, "It's a good movie. Just ignore this part. Ignore this part. It's just this didn't happen in the real movie."
Shit's so weird.
It's so weird. And this is in the same vein, but different. But
it's to fill time. Or whatever,
all of those deleted scenes from Infinity War and Endgame that are coming out. You see recently, there's an Infinity War one that came out.
No, I don't watch them.
It's
I'm not gonna watch them.
Not canon. He won't watch not canon. He doesn't get confused.
Yeah. Where the movies are perfect. I don't need to, you know what I mean? I don't want anything because here's the thing. What you're talking about right now, they chose for some fucking dumb reason to put in deleted scenes into the A-Team when they put it on cable.
Because they knew nobody would know.
No, but they put in 2 or 3 scenes, and it totally changed the dynamic of the characters. And I was like, well, this movie's not fun anymore. But those 2 scenes they put in,
weird,
fucking fucked the movie up for me. And I was like, if I like the movie, it's perfect. I don't need that shit. No, there's a scene. So there's a scene in A-Team where he breaks them out after they have to go to prison because the whole concept of A-Team is they go to fucking prison. And Hannibal breaks them out. And there's a scene if you watch it in the theatrical cut. What's that? No, not Hannibal Buress. Hannibal's just the name of one of the characters. He's played by Liam Neeson. Is the character in Hannibal. And Face is played by Bradley Cooper. There's a scene where in the movie theater. These guys are awesome. They go to prison, but of course, Bradley Cooper's character.
These guys are awesome.
Well, they're the A-Team. That's why they call it the A-Team.
Just what a great introduction.
They're awesome, right? So
if there was the Star Wars crawl before it, the A-Team, episode 1. These guys are awesome. But they're in prison.
So they go to prison, and they cut to the scenes of them in prison. And when Face is in prison, he's putting hand wash on, and he does one of those things where he opens the room up, and it's the back to school, where it's a big room. Because it's been converted and everyone loves him and he's doing whatever. He has carte blanche the place. He has one of the place, right? So he gets into his tanning bed, which is one of those standing tanning beds, and someone wraps around it and they take it away. And then when it opens up, Hannibal's there and he's and in the theater, he looks at him, he kind of looks at him for a second, he's like, what took you so long? And then Liam Neeson looks at him and he goes, you look really tan. And it's a funny little back and forth, and then it cuts. In this added scene, they fight.
They get real racist.
He comes out, he's like, ah!
He goes, how could you leave me in prison? And how could you do this? And what the hell, man? I thought we were a team. But it's but we just saw him 5 seconds ago. He literally had sex with a girl and was like, hey, I'll see you in prison. He's living the fucking life. So that one scene changed this weird dynamic with them. And I'm like, I just haven't been the same since. I can't watch the movie anymore.
Yeah, but that's kind of it for me. But I just don't understand how movies are made, because with Infinity War and Endgame, they feel so tight, where it's every single scene leads to the next scene. It all works. There's a deleted scene from Infinity War that's when Spider-Man, they're on Titan, and Spider-Man is saving the Guardians, and he's like, oh, I forget your name, or whatever. There's an alternate take of that where Doctor Strange comes through a portal, and Thanos knocks all of the Guardians out and knocks their souls out of their bodies using the Soul Stone.
Nice, that's cool.
And then their lifeless bodies just kind of fucking limp out. And Doctor Strange is just hey, you need to get their bodies. They're not dead. Their souls are just not with them. Get them to Mantis, and she can do her fucking Mantis shit, the wake up stuff, and bring the souls together. Spider-Man's jumping around, getting all the bodies, brings in, and is talking to Mantis, and just there's all this dialogue and stuff. And there's just a moment where it's really dramatic, and she's trying to bring back Drax and like she can't do it, and there's like a romantic moment between them, and it like goes on for like 3 minutes, and it's like totally different. I'm like, this is so different than how the movie played out.
Yeah.
Like, how did they shoot this stuff? There's some of the effects are done. Like, how did they shoot this? And they also shot the rest of it like without the plan of knowing what's going on.
That's why reshoots work. They literally look and go, this scene's not working. We need to cut this part out. We need that's why they do
Interesting.
research. That's how it always works.
Yeah.
That's why
I just like was so shocked by it because it's like it would have not worked in the movie, and it would have totally changed the tone and just how the characters are going, and like where they end up.
That's the kind of shit you don't know till you see it, though, right? When you see it, you're like, oh, this is
yeah.
sad.
They do that first assembly edit, and they sit and they just go, we don't need this. Like, if that's a cool thing, but that would have totally killed the pacing of the edit if they had kept that in, right? So that they probably looked at it and was like, we don't need this beat. Let's just cut it out, and we'll just have him do something else. And then since Spider-Man's all CG, they probably just went. And
you put any
redid it
lines
there.
you want into them or whatever.
I mean, they could just have. I mean, they get when they hire actors, they usually hire with a contingency of like X amount of days of reshoots anyway, so they can probably bring Tom Holland back in. I'm sure he's like, "Fuck, I'll do whatever."
Oh yeah,
and they'll just says the line.
The thing that freaked me out the most is that when I put these unseen Ace Ventura things on Instagram, the first reply I get back from some kind of funny best friend was like, "That's the only reason. That's the only one that I've ever seen. That's the only like." And I was like, "Oh my god, what's wrong with my brain right now? Am I like just having this weird lapse in
I
memory?"
don't know what you're talking
and
about.
Then
I've seen
all
the
of
movie 1,000 times.
And then all the replies came in, and they were like, "Dude, no, I have no idea what the fuck this is."
The worst is when have you guys ever seen a movie and be like, what's wrong with this movie?
Oh, because nothing from the trailers in the movie.
No, not that. That's a lot of movies. It's
Varsity
because
Blues.
They used
Go
to
watch the trailer of Varsity Blues, then watch Varsity Blues, and like, what the fuck? Where is all this?
No, it's when they speed the movie up.
Oh yeah.
That's always weird.
What do you
mean? They'll sometimes
TV edit?
Yeah, for a TV edit, in order to make the 2-hour block
Yeah.
with commercials, they have to calculate it, and then they do a time ramp on it. So it's like, well, we need.
So it's moving fast.
They'll
enough.
speed it up
they'll
like
speed up by like
0.2%,
yeah,
or whatever.
But it's just enough that if you're watching the action and you're used to the pacing of a movie, you'll feel like you're going fucking crazy because you're like, why is this not working? Like the acting,
It kinda
works
ruins the
for a
movie.
reason because of the actual slowness of how they're talking to each other, and then also it pitches their voices up just a little bit. And you're like, this is off-putting, man.
Yeah,
That's what always bothers me on airplanes when there's that message that comes up
I
before.
hate
It's
it.
like,
Yeah,
this
this
is
edited
this is better
figure.
for content. I'm like, I want to know what you edited. Like, why am I even watching this movie if it's not the fucking movie? Meanwhile, Gia's sitting here watching Hustlers, and Jennifer fucking Lopez is dropping that shit.
it.
And that ain't
Kevin's
edited at all.
eating
But like, I was shocked at how graphic that movie fucking gets.
Yeah.
And it's on a plane, and that's totally cool.
Yeah, before we jumped to alliances and Alaska took over and was like, all the movies on Virgin are free. I was like, oh, cool. And I was like, I did the same thing where I was going through and they had Risky Business. And I was like, this has got to be edited, right? It is not. It's me and like a mom and their kid, and I'm just watching Tom Cruise plow this woman on the stairs and in the
that's
subway
Rebecca
car. And I'm like,
De Mornay.
eh.
He fucks in that movie?
Oh my God, did they fuck? Oh my
Rebecca De
God,
Mornay
did they
is
fuck?
gorgeous in that.
Wow.
That's what's funny is reversing of this, right? Obviously, I grew up. My parents did not want to pay for cable, so I never saw a rated R movie that wasn't edited for TV for a very long time, including Risky Business. So imagine my surprise when I get HBO for the first time and I see them
Everything.
naked in their full glory, and I'm like,
Waiting for that homeless guy to get off the train?
Yeah, they're waiting. There's a homeless guy riding the train. And they're just waiting for him. When he gets out, they just fuck on this subway train, and it's like the lights going out.
What movie
dark
is this?
light.
Risky Business.
Still.
There's nothing
It's
better than the story though.
so
Than young
sexy.
Nick,
And I'm like,
not knowing,
well,
and
I'm
then
like,
getting a sex scene.
Whoa, like maybe just that shock of how much it changes a movie to hear F words and see the sex scene and hear the crass jokes. You're like, well, this is a totally different fucking movie than I'm used to. Way better.
Yeah,
Risky Business is a classic.
The TV version of Dark Knight Rises.
Oh God,
They
you can't
do
watch that.
they do a lot of stuff with just cutting.
They just cut away. Probably.
There are so many moments of dialogue and back and forth and stuff that are just super edited down. And watching it, it's like, man, this isn't good at all. Like that.
Oh, just like the real cut of Dark
knew
Knight
you.
Rises.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
Just holding on to that.
No, but I'm like, there's a specific part where Bruce Wayne's already fucked up. He's in that goddamn cave, and
Is
he's
this when he gets the robot knee and it's never referencing?
He's watching the kids. He's watching the one guy try to scale, and the guy, the two old guys are like, oh, everybody tries to leave and they never do, or whatever. And he's like, only one person did, and they show fucking
Baby Bane.
Baby Bane, Baneby.
Baby.
They show
Just
Baneby.
Bane is fine. It works.
And
Lil Bane.
Little Big,
Banalina.
Little Big Bang.
yeah, and so and then but
Bellini.
all that stuff is edited and cut together so poorly, and then it goes immediately to commercial. I was like, dude, I'd feel bad for the person watching this for the first time right now.
No, Greg,
So
I had a moment
terrible.
like you on the plane where I didn't. It just didn't occur to me what was I was watching. So it said like brief nudity or whatever in this movie. And Andy, you'll
Just a
appreciate
giant
this.
areola.
No, I mean, Andy, actually, you'll appreciate this. Let me back up a second. For a brief
I
second,
love nudity.
because I had 9 hours
You're an
on the
artist.
plane. I was like, there's all these movies that I could watch, but they had every great trilogy. They had all the Star Wars movies. They had all the Indiana Jones movies. And Andy, that's right. They had all the Lord of the Rings movies.
Wow.
And I thought for one second, I was like, I miss Andy. What if I just gave it another shot? Just started with The Fellowship. Right off the bat, got a little soda pop, a little tiny bit. So what did I watch? Shaft. I watched the 2019
there you
Shaft
go.
instead.
There you fucking go.
Because I'm a man of my moral, and there's nudity in that, and there's a lot of nudity, and there's just this one scene where he opens the door, very naked woman, and it's at those moments where you start to realize you're like, are there children around me? And I'm like, I don't see anyone to my left. That's my wife. Empty seat here. Look back. Full roll of kids.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them, I'm like, I kind of look back and he was like, don't.
Just be
I
cool.
need this. Like, you know, you're like,
Be cool,
yeah,
chat.
cool, man.
Be
I was
cool,
like,
chat.
Okay. It's on the plane. I can't do anything.
Dude, like being on a plane watching the classic thing of watching someone else what
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
watching
yeah.
when you can
Yeah.
just turn it on yourself. But I was
Yeah,
like, fuck it.
always.
I was listening to music. There was a fucking dude. There was this goddamn dude
Jerking
sitting
it.
that we were both looking at. But he was sitting over there and he watched Star Wars: A New Hope,
Yeah.
Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars: Return of the Jedi, back to back to back, just in one sitting because it's a long ass
him,
flight.
yeah.
And I was just like enthralled the entire time, just like watching without audio. And I'm just like, can you imagine just watching those three movies?
his first
Dude,
time.
Like,
My wife watched the
insane.
entirety of Notting Hill on someone else's screen when we were going to London.
Yeah.
And it's because none of the movies, for the most part, like, there's some new movies that I think I watched that I forgot some fucking that was good. But for the most part, you're like, I mean, I guess I could watch Die Hard again. I've only seen it 1,000 times, but I can't bring. You know, you do the thing where I can't bring yourself to like commit to press
Sure,
and play on
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and then you look over and someone else is watching Die Hard, and you're like,
I've done it.
Decision made for me.
There was that foreign film where the two dads fuck each other's daughters, right? And there's more to it than that,
I
but that's
remember that movie,
the
yeah.
nut of it. Yeah. And I remember watching the first 45 minutes of it off somebody's screen of Virgin
Like
America.
the-
I was
the
like,
pianist?
this shit's great. I just put it on mine. I gotta see how this ends.
Again, I think it's one of those things where when movies are available to me, I probably won't watch them.
don't wanna watch 'em.
But back home with, my parents have DirecTV,
Yeah.
like I watch so many things that I would have never watched just because it's on. And it's just that weird sort of, it's this thing where, if a song comes up on random, I'll listen to it. But I won't really go to that song and
Yeah.
play
Well,
right
that's
now in that moment.
That's like, I don't know, and I guess I can only speak for myself, but I think we're all kind of in the same boat, right? That's kind of like what it was to grow up.
Oh, yeah.
You had
Oh,
a
my
certain
God,
number
yeah.
of channels, and guess what? It's Saturday, so you're watching something. You'll be damned if you're gonna go outside and play baseball or some shit. So it's like whatever. I remember distinctly watching on what would become the CW. I think it was the U when I was growing up in Illinois, and it was some fucking old Shatner movie where he was fighting a giant tarantula.
No.
And I was like, all right, this is on
Yeah.
today. Like it was what I'm gonna watch.
There was
something.
nothing more disappointing than going into a Saturday night and having whatever movie HBO is debuting that week be a shitty thing that you weren't interested in.
Oh, it
'Cause
was
it's
the
something,
worst.
It's something you looked forward to every week. And
Yeah.
I remember not even necessarily going to the Saturday night, but every Sunday you'd get the paper.
Yep.
And you'd have
Open
the
up that little
paper
the
TV
fake
guide.
TV guide. Yeah.
And I would scroll immediately to Saturday, see what was playing on that Saturday. And for the couple times that it was cool, it'd be Jurassic Park 2. And I was a
Fuck
kid, so I thought The Lost
yes.
World was off. Or it'd be something awful, and it'd be like fucking Meet Joe Black. And I'd be like, fuck. Like, I don't know what this is. I just want to see something cool, It's
a great movie.
It was always
I think
disappointing.
good
Meet Joe
movie. Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Black.
think
Yeah,
there's
that,
nudity in that too. though.
10-year-old Andy didn't
No,
care
but
about
I'm
that.
right there with you, right? And this is like, this is honestly what.
That is it. Good
There it
job,
is.
Kevin.
Hilarious.
Kingdom of the Spiders, a living, crawling
Why,
hell
oh
on
my God,
earth.
for a second I thought he was using the stick as his boner.
Yeah, that's what it looked
A
like.
wild science fiction nightmare on Blu-ray. This is probably a cult classic that everybody loves, but again, as a
Nope.
kid,
I
Kevin,
doubt it.
can you look up really quick a movie?
Meet Joe Black
It's a
nudity.
really bad horror movie. It's a movie about a guy who lives in the sort of Louisiana swamps, and there's a giant alligator.
Oh, Lake Placid.
No, it's very, very old. It's
That's
like
a great
it's like a
movie. How
60s
fucking
or
dare you.
70s
What do you
movie.
mean?
Betty White's in it. He said it was
I
a bad
fucking love
movie.
Lake Placid.
My favorite thing is like when I first moved to Austin, my buddy JP really wanted to be like sort of this Austin, like we wanted to be enveloped in the culture of like keep Austin weird hippie.
Totally, you did some drugs.
And there, yeah, exactly. And there was a. Did you find the movie cover?
No, the girl in Meet Joe Black is the same girl.
Claire
from
Filani.
Mallrats.
Yeah, no, totally.
And
I want
Black's a great movie.
I've been getting
Oh, yeah,
further
no,
and further away
exactly.
from this, but I
Very
do want to
sad.
get back and back to ask Kevin if he's ever watched like the 45 minutes that began Mallrats that got deleted,
The what?
like the original opening to Mallrats. Have you ever watched all
I
that?
don't think so.
Oh, I gotta lend you the DVD
Absolutely.
because like there's a one. It's such a throwaway line you'd probably never think about, but when Mr. Schwenning's the network executives show up for the dating game, and he's like trying to assure them everything's gonna go all right, and like, oh, what after the mess that happened at the governor's ball. And as a viewer, you're like, I don't know, whatever. That's a weird thing to say, but share. And then it turns out like there's 45 minutes of the governor's ball.
You're kidding.
And like when Kevin Smith showed it to Miramax, they were like, it's called Mallrats. Get them to the fucking mall.
Yeah.
Why are
That
we
was-
here?
I love Kevin, but that was a strong call.
Yeah,
on the
and
executive's
so they
side.
just like fucking sliced it all out, and that's why it's
That's crazy.
so abrupt and weird.
It was our it was our first time going to an Alamo back in the day.
Ooh,
And it
nice.
was like I don't know what this is. What's this Alamo all about? But they were
You're like,
they
"Are
were
we gonna
doing
have to
this
kiss?"
thing during October where they were showing these weird sort of B C horror movies
Sure.
at night. Oh God, you got
Crawl was on the plane.
There was a Lake Placid too.
So
there was a
scroll-
Lake Placid, the final chapter, and that's a woman in a bikini in the mouth of an
Click
alligator.
scroll to the right because it's like a 70s 80s
Are
movie.
you sure it's not
The
this
Great
first one
Alligator
called
River.
Alligator?
There was a Lake Placid 3.
No, it's definitely
Andy,
not that.
was the alligator in the sewers?
Are you sure it wasn't a
No,
crocodile?
The alligator.
Sure it wasn't
There was
Swamp
definitely
Thing?
not there was not the word alligator in the title. I know that for a fact.
Primeval from 2007. Could that
No,
be it?
I'm talking like this movie was like 1980s, and on the cover it's a guy with a big sickle, and it's like the dumbest fucking movie cover. And for whatever reason, it made us laugh super hard because again, my friend
Did you
wanted.
see this at the Alamo?
Yeah, and so it was like one of those weird, like, hey, come see these old movies,
Yeah.
on Thursday night or whatever. And so my friend kind of dragged us to go see all of these movies or to go watch this movie. And by the end of it, like my buddy and I, my friend CP and I, super like, we're just really cynical about everything. We're like, why did we go watch that shitty fucking movie? And every once in a while, we would just text each other the cover of the movie.
Oh, God,
And
I
again, it
love
was like this really shitty movie cover, but it just made me laugh every time. And I can't think of there was no alligator
was it
in the
Sickle
name.
Man?
No,
Sickle
there was
Man
an
sounds
alligator
awesome,
though. The point of it was though, like people, a vehicle gets stranded and they're in the middle of like this Louisiana swamp, and they stop by this guy's house, eaten alive. That's the one.
Is it really what that is?
Yeah. But scroll
Oh.
down. The one at the bottom right. It's barely being. No.
Sorry.
That's
sorry.
amazing.
It's being kind of covered up.
Fuck.
Oh no!
Give me a second, I'll look for it. I'll
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eaten Alive. It's
Eaten Alive
so,
movie nude.
So essentially,
Nope,
they stop at this
nope.
place, and it's this creepy, like weird Creole dude who's like, yeah, just you're safe here, whatever. And really, there's a
Oh.
giant monster
Sorry, some of these images caught me off guard.
alligator
Like,
crocodile.
what's going on?
the fuck
I
is
can't show it
happening?
because there's nudity. in
Mine's
these
got to
posters.
be.
Here, scroll down, and I'll see if I can find it because I think it's
Oh, is it
it's
a-
that it's the one at the bottom, the two bottom middle ones. That like, it was the pose that just like really set us off.
I don't think I can show it. Hold on, actually, let me see.
I don't know why.
That's fucking hilarious.
Open image in new
There
tab.
it is.
God, what's so weird about this is you would never know this about alligators.
Nope.
Yeah, no. It was just like this crazy dude.
From
but
the
it's a Toby
director
Hopper.
of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's amazing.
It was really bad. I was like, why did we go out to this stupid indie movie, like horror
Weird
night,
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Terror
That's
Tuesday.
exactly what it was. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
one of those things.
I see them all the time.
The alternate
Whenever I'm at
box
Alamo,
art-
which is often, right? Whenever I'm there and I'm seeing it on the screen for Terror Tuesday or Weird Wednesday, I'm like, if I lived close, hell yeah.
Every time. Yeah.
But it's like on the idea of like, I gotta go the 20 minutes to get over here to
Dude,
do the thing. To go back.
anytime those movie theaters have the like, oh, well, not only like we're bringing back whatever this movie, I feel like it's never worth it. I've never had an experience where
Nah,
I've watched an
Selena
old
was good,
movie
dude.
and then just been like, oh, that was a good call. Halfway through, I'm always like, this isn't how I want to be watching this movie right now. You're just spending way too much money on shit
See,
that you didn't want.
That I don't mind. I'm just talking about the weird one. I like going to see Ghostbusters in the any
Alamo,
movie
no
theater.
doubt.
That's great. Or Alamo, yeah. Monster Squad in Alamo, I loved. I went and saw Ghostbusters this weekend with a
You
live
saw it.
orchestra.
How was that?
That's
Awesome.
different. That's cool.
Thank
but
you.
that's adding something.
You know what I
know,
regret,
live
Kevin?
orchestra.
I regret not going to Saving Private Ryan the day that it re-aired at Alamo. Because Saving Private Ryan is just one of my favorite
movie.
Did you
movies
see
of
that
all
in the
time.
theaters?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh my God, yeah, I did with my parents.
Fuck.
I just remember being there like, oh my God, I'm a child, and this is
I-
horrifying.
Dude, it's-
I shouldn't be here.
I saw that movie. I saw that movie twice. I saw it once in the theater, I think with my parents, and then I took my girlfriend to see it, which was a bad idea. because afterward I was like, "What'd you think?" And she was crying and like shaking. She was like, "That was one of the most like fucking insane movies I've ever seen in my life."
My
And I
back
like,
was just tense.
Okay,
I was like,
you
oh my
don't want to
God.
make out.
You want to go to
Yeah.
Baskin Robbins?
Yeah.
I want to make out with you, but I just can't stop thinking about the guy picking up his arm, like
Or
in
the
middle
guy
of the
that goes
battlefield,
shh, as he's being stabbed to the heart.
saying the fucking like
I
the
hate-
German
oh
dude
my
just-
god, that scene haunts me.
It's awful. That's a good movie, that dude. Great
Good-
movie.
good movie,
How was
yeah.
Ghostbusters?
Awesome.
Yeah?
I've never seen it before. It was real good.
Yeah.
Nah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, the 70 stuff was great. It was really, really cool
Yeah.
to see them do it live.
Is the new one coming out next year?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Wait,
Yes.
are you watching? Or did you watch it at? Was that at Davies Symphony Hall?
Yep.
Oh, it's fucking.
That's
nice.
where I saw Zelda. It
Yeah.
was really, it was beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, great stuff.
I've wanted to go to some of those for so long, and I just always forget. I drive by the sign, I'm like, oh, and then by the time I'm a
Nah,
block
man,
aren't
as
they
away.
soon
doing-
as I
aren't they
heard
doing
about
Metal
it,
Gear
bam,
soon?
dropped it. I don't know. Are they?
I think they're doing a Metal Gear one there.
Are they doing that?
soon.
They gotta just play through the game.
Yeah.
No, this,
The problem with a lot of the video
what
game
he's
ones
talking
though
about,
is
right?
it's bullshit. Where it's like they're actually there's like just MIDI music playing and then they're just like backing up the stuff.
Oh,
So it's like
the-
you need to make sure that you're doing
Zelda one
The Zelda
was-
one's great because that one's legit. The Disney World's, the Final Fantasy one's legit. Like there's good ones and then there's a bunch that are just like
Zelda one made me cry.
Yeah, but you know what he's talking about, though, right? Like they get they get the print of the movie without the soundtrack, and the orchestra plays it live as the movie's happening.
Oh, I didn't know they were actually doing. I thought it was just the music of Ghostbusters.
No,
yeah,
you
it's-
watch the movie, and it's like it's real. Like the San
That's
Francisco
cool.
orchestra.
And
That's really cool.
Elmer Bernstein's son, who like worked on it
That's
with it,
fucking awesome.
Who worked
Did he
on it with
conduct
his
it?
dad. He's the one who's conducting.
Shut the front door.
And beforehand,
Come on inside.
They did beforehand. They did a Q&A with him and Ivan Reitman. So Ivan was there too.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's
That
awesome.
was awesome. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Bay Area Ghostbusters were outside too. Never seen of them. Never seen them before. Never heard of them before. They got some work to do in that car. That's all. I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Like I'm a purist when it comes to the Ecto
Damn.
one. All right,
man,
make it look
like-
exactly like the Ecto one.
you-
Don't take liberties
Do you
with
have
it.
images?
Yeah, they have a Facebook page and everything in there. I think it's Bay Area GB Bay Area.
Here's a question.
Aren't you a bear?
Hold on,
what
before you
movie-
do that. Also, the Hispanic heartthrob Andy Cortez.
Hey guys.
And Forbes 30 under 30, aka the best baby blues in San Francisco, aka the verified one at Tim Gettys.
Let's him host.
Of
Four
course,
best friends.
this is the Kind of Funny podcast. Each and every week, four best friends gather around this table, each bringing their lives to talk to you about it and everything that goes along with it. If you like that and us, you go to patreon.com/kindafunny. Toss us a few bucks to help keep the dream alive. Of course, you can get the show there ad-free. You can get it with a pre and post show, the pre-show. Not all about, but very much about that there Irishman.
hearse.
The Watchmen.
Yeah, we're gonna
Someone's
get to-
wife has to deal with that being in their fucking like driveway.
You can also get it live while we record it, see it before everybody else, all that jazz. If you got no bucks to toss our way, you can go to youtube.com/kindafunny, roosterteeth.com, and podcast services around the globe each and every Friday when the show posts no pre and post show with advertisements for your pleasure.
I'm ready to talk about Mandalorian episode 4. Guys.
Thank you to our Patreon producer,
When are we
you
gonna
piece
do
of
that?
garbage, Cameron Regan. And today we're brought to you by Movement Hymns and Felix Gray, but I'll talk to you about that later. For now, Tim, what did you ever say?
Before I get to that, Kev, that picture you brought up.
Throw it back up, yeah. It's just, I don't want to stop in the middle of the show to talk about this. And again, I'm not talking trash in the Bay Area Ghostbusters.
Sounds like
they
it.
have
Sounds like he is, Kevin. Yeah.
they have an
That's
Ecto
a
1.
lot of trash
That's a
you're
lot
talking.
further than I got with my dreams of an Ecto 1. You know what I mean? But again,
Yeah, but
Come on.
Here's how this would go.
Come on.
You'd buy all the pieces, and then you'd make poor Kevin put it together for you. And
know
then
that.
Jen would be like, well, "You don't have any place to park this," and you're like, "I can park it by the park." And then a bum would like break into it and live in it, and you would never. You're not very confrontational, so you would never kick it out.
I'm not confrontational.
Only in movie theaters when people are.
And trust me,
being
if
loud.
I have an Ecto 1 and Cool Greg gets within 10 feet of it, there's going to be conversations about what can and can't happen to this car. Because I have that fucking marker. He'll be all set to do things, and I won't have it 1 second.
That's fair.
Because the
Glad I
plan
don't
I
have
always
that
talked
intent
about,
for
right,
you.
is clearly one day I'm going to need to get a car. It's going to happen again, right? And
Ecto
when
1.
that
It's gonna
happens,
happen
yeah, no,
again.
100% Ecto 1. There's three options in front of us. And
Yes.
You want to move to like Daly City?
Do I want to move to Daly City? Like to live there?
Yeah.
I'm not against it. I mean, no is my first reaction. I like my place a lot right now, but like, if that's where I got to go one day, or that's how the cards fall. Why? You want to move to Daly City? Are you asking me to move in with you?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. What if we buy a house and we split it between you, me, Jen, and Lucy?
Cool.
Okay, cool. All right. That's
You
what
want to
we
move
need
to
a car.
Nick? Nick just wants to be a part of it.
I don't even want to be in this. I just want an invite to this so I can say no. and be
There's
cool.
three options for Greg Miller when cars come around.
Yes.
All right. Number one.
Yeah.
Ecto 1.
We go full in. We go get the Miller Meteorite combination, 1959 hearse ambulance that you know and love, the Ecto-1, of course, right? We restore it, we pimp it out, it's amazing. Everybody's happy. That's it right there. Good job, Kevin. Number 2,
Everyone's happy.
we buy a Tesla of some kind.
We're
right?
all happy.
Everybody likes Teslas.
You get
Seems
that
like they're
truck?
cool. No, I don't want a Cybertruck. The window's
That
broke.
fucking truck is ugly as
Come on,
shit.
guys, it looks so cool.
And then
Did you hear why the window broke though?
No.
Really quickly.
Sure, no, I didn't know.
So they did it in the reverse order that they should have done it. He was like, somebody replied to Elon Musk about the window, like, oh, and some other guy said, yeah, you probably should have thrown the thing at the window first before hitting it with a hammer.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So the
you hit it with a hammer, you're
the
definitely
grass,
compromising the integrity.
the glass underneath the door,
Oh,
like kind of shattered
wobbled.
and broke. Like when they hit it with a hammer, and then they threw the glass ball, and by then the integrity was gone.
They also have footage of before they did the presentation throwing the metal balls at the glass. So they're also saying it could have put fractures on there.
Oh,
definitely
gotcha.
did. Yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
compromised.
So
But
here's
kudos to
number
them.
1, we get an Ecto-1. All right, problems there. The Ecto's a big car. We're an SF. That's gonna be hard to park. You know what
Finding
I mean?
parts for it might be a little hard too. That was
No, that's easy.
I don't know if
That's
they're gonna
easy.
have a lot of
That's
those
cake.
left.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Number 2,
I'll think.
we get a Tesla of some kind, right?
That's a smart
I have
idea.
not looked into a Tesla at all. All right, here we go. This is it.
Yeah, I saw this, but was that the same window?
It's the same window.
Why would they use
was
that same
earlier in
window?
the day. They thought it was good. They're like, oh, we figured it out.
This is how, this
Maybe
is how you learn.
guys. I
This is
would
how
have
you
been
learn.
like, okay, now replace that window with something stronger. Let's.
Steel. Tesla of some kind, right? Electric car, save the environment, whatever. That's cool.
Number 3.
Number 3,
1989
get.
Batmobile.
No, that's also cool. I do like that a lot.
Jet skis.
Number 3,
practical.
get
skis.
a 4-door white Mini Cooper and paint that to look like the Ecto-1.
Oh, that would be cute as shit.
I can park it everywhere I want.
I'm gonna say
I'd have.
that's
I would have
great.
put.
Miller
okay.
driving this
And
thing.
I've been.
One of the largest human beings I know.
You're fucking Hodor.
Steimer had a Cooper for forever.
fucking Hodor.
And I drove it all the time, and I thought it was a lovely car, and I liked it quite a bit. All right, and so now if I put 4 doors and I make it look like
none
that
of that is
Look,
addressing
you're
how
already seeing it here.
ridiculous
People
you
are already working on it, right?
Here's
Like
what I'm
this.
saying.
I want to again. I want it to look more accurate than that, but I understand what they're working
That's
with.
What- here-
cute.
I'm
here's
sorry.
what-
Hold on. Nick Scarpino, kindoffunny.com. I saw your hand go up, and I appreciate that.
100% get a vinyl wrap for whatever Mini Cooper you want to get to make
Sure.
it look like that. Remember Bernie's Tesla?
Yeah.
That's vinyl wrapped. That shit's cheap as fuck. You
Sure.
get $1,500 probably wrap that thing.
But I don't.
Make
If I
look
get
like
it
that.
white, I don't need it to be vinyl wrapped. I just put the logos on the side. We paint the. I
Yeah,
don't want
but-
real fins. Just the.
Well, you
things
don't
on-
have to paint anything. You can literally do vinyl for all of it, and that
You
way,
don't
if you
want
ever,
real fins.
If you ever want to resell it,
I don't want to put Kevin, scroll back up.
put
Like
fins
I
on
think
mine.
what they're working with here with like that stuff
That looks
there.
great.
That's all I need.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not getting
cool as
nuts
shit.
about it.
So
right?
what is it that you're saying that like you want to be accurate? What
Yeah,
makes
Well,
what's
I mean, like,
difference?
so like on this one here, I'm not a big fan of those black dots on the hood or on the lower level there. That detail, I'm not a big thing on. I don't super appreciate the black top there. I'm not horribly. Go to the first one, right? Like here, this is just too busy. First off, look at these yellow things up there. Right, the yellow bins up there. Clearly, they're not functional and they're not doing anything.
What's in
If
there?
I'm either going,
Water.
if I'm going full tilt and putting shit on top of that, I'm doing. It looks like go to the Wizard World Comic Con one there, 4th over top row.
Over
Top right.
Top row. That's 3, 4. There we go. Like that one looks like they're actually getting legit shit on there, right? You got the blaster on top of
colors
there.
off, bro.
looks like
Well, I'm talking about the top.
seventh
I'm
grade
mixing.
chemistry
I'm mixing
class.
matching here, or I don't
you.
do it at all, which is my other thought, right? Where I have it and I do all the stuff to the body, but I don't put the rack. And
Yeah,
the
I
lights
say
on
you
top.
Disney bounding for your car.
Sure. Okay. Fair.
I say you don't put the stuff on the rack on the top because people are gonna fuck with that.
Well, here's my problem in general. People are gonna fuck with it no matter what.
They are going to, but if you just here, okay, was what we'll do.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm listening.
You paint. We'll get you vinyl for all the decals except for the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
So when you park it, we'll make that a magnet. You know how they do like the, and you just take it off the car.
Sure.
Walk in with you.
That's too
And
much.
then
I
when
just
you
feel like
wanna
I'm
put it back-
half-assing it.
Yeah.
You put it back on.
If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna whole ass it, and then because like I just gotta park it underground, and then it's the concern of when I go somewhere, I have to park it in the street. Cool Greg and his buddies walk by, and they're like, I want to put a mustache on it.
I'm a bond this,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
They're not
I think
gonna
it's gonna
tag
get fucked.
cars. They don't tag.
Cool Greg.
Cool Greg's friends won't tag. There's rules to the
You don't
tagging.
tag
Oh, are
cars.
they?
Yeah, you don't tag.
Oh
cars.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Cool Greg.
Yeah, that type of personal property.
They tag
Oh.
the Muni.
Straight
Oh,
up.
yeah,
off
exactly.
limits.
That's what scares me.
That's
Yeah, the
not
Muni's the
personal
man.
property.
Fuck them. Fuck
Yeah.
Muni.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Or like
I
big
say that
trucks.
Greg wears a chest piece that's metal, like you were mentioning earlier. You take off the magnet.
Shit.
Band
Wow,
you wear
wow,
during
wow.
the day.
Man,
Oh,
you're
wow.
really
How
good
about
at
that?
You got somewhere to store it at least. You know?
Yeah. And then I thought about it too, though, is the fact that I think this would be awesome. Obviously, you guys would think it'd be awesome. You're telling me you're not gonna have a
Obviously.
fun time driving
Yeah.
around.
I think this is a great idea.
It would be like the double. It would be the double dipping for Kind of Funny best friends.
It's very
They
on
come by to get their photo outside the office. They get the photo with my Ecto-1, right, and they move on with their lives. The problem becomes though when I have a kid, And when the kid is young, they probably think this is awesome, right? But then when I start dropping them off at school, maybe they don't think it's awesome. Maybe their dad's a creepy
not
kid.
awesome no matter what car you have. That's just
No.
how fucking
Well,
kids
that's-
work.
that's
But
also-
I stand by the fact that that's that kid's first car, no matter what.
Oh, sure, yeah, we keep it alive.
You
Yeah.
got 7 years until you're dropping them off. At
Sure, I'll probably
school.
total it by then.
Or get another car, the practical car, you know?
Yeah,
buy a
I mean,
used-
this is a $4 car. It's
We're
pretty
gonna-
practical.
we're gonna
Eventually,
get you-
Greg, best of every world.
Tesla painted like this. That's a better idea.
The Tesla body
Tesla
just doesn't. Can I see a Tesla?
vinyl
No,
wraps.
you could get the
Dude, that white Tesla
the-
is hot.
Show me a white Tesla.
What's
White
the
Teslas are dope.
the one with the doors that go up? You can get one
It's
of
a
those.
DeLorean.
The
Those don't
Model
exist
X.
anymore.
No, he's talking about the Model X.
Model,
Yeah.
Model X. Yeah.
Those are cool. You can get
We're
that.
talking
That would
about
look
Model
like it.
3, right? That's what it's
I mean,
white
any
Model 3.
yeah. God, look at it.
It's cool. It's a cool car.
Yeah, that's sexy. I see out of, but it doesn't have the body shape in any way of an Ecto.
Is it
Well,
sexy?
You know what I
neither does
mean?
The Mini
Yeah.
Cooper.
The Mini Cooper does.
If you
The
took
Mini
Ecto
Cooper-
and cut off
if-
7/8 of it.
If you take the Ecto 1, that's Yoda, and if you take the Mini Cooper, that's Baby Yoda.
Okay.
Kev.
Okay. I
Give
you
me,
got,
a,
you
give
got
me
me
a
right on the
Tesla
heartstrings.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I bet there
Or
is.
Tesla Ecto 1.
See, that right there would look dope as a Ghostbuster.
Yeah,
and then
'cause
you
here's
can
the
put
thing,
decals
Greg.
on it. You can take it off.
You're
and
gonna
sell it.
you're gonna have maybe another dog by then. You're gonna have a
Sure.
kid maybe
Yeah.
by then.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a bigger vehicle. You know.
These
Sure.
are big
And
vehicles.
it's going to be a big kid.
This is a kid. This is
Gonna be a big kid for sure. That kid's gonna be 8 feet tall out of the womb.
Yeah, give me
Oh my God.
Tesla Ecto 1. See what I got here.
No, the problem that I want to present to you, though, Greg,
Yeah, sure, I'm listening.
is that the more attention you bring to yourself, the more trouble you're going to get into. Both people fucking with your car and the popo. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, the popo
and
gonna
the
love
people
me.
that are like the street cleaning motherfuckers. Like, if
Oh,
you
they're gonna
park
be
somewhere,
saying it.
you're gonna remember. They're gonna remember
Totally.
you forever.
Yeah.
Then you become a problem. You got to get a car that blends in, and then you're not gonna.
A
Oh,
Tesla-
trust me,
the thing
Greg
is, a
Miller's
Tesla
never
would
blended
blend
in.
in.
He's gonna stand out. That's
That's
my
true.
thing. You know what I mean?
No, none of
I
these
love
work.
this idea so much.
I'm
Let
telling
me
you, man,
help
the Mini
with this.
Cooper 4-door white with Ecto 1 shit on it. I think it's the way to go.
I think if we can find you a Mini Cooper that's 2 or 3 years used,
What?
I say
Why would he get
Why
a
do I
used
want to
one?
use? I don't want somebody could have fucking killed the kid in the back of that thing. I don't want that. I want if a kid's getting killed, then it's mine.
you're gonna buy a brand
I'm
new
killing the
Mini
kid.
Cooper.
Yeah, why not?
Don't do that. Buy a Tesla.
I want to talk about the Cybertruck.
Can I get a Tesla for the same
we?
price as
Could
a Mini
we?
Cooper?
No, not even.
I don't know how much cars cost.
I don't know how much.
As
I don't know
someone
how
who
much
hasn't
a Mini
driven a
Cooper
car
costs.
I feel like a Mini
Professionally.
Cooper is not a
But
good
it's
investment.
not a good
20,
investment.
The
20.
cheap Teslas are what, 30,000?
35.
Yeah, something like that.
How much is it right off the lot right now? Brand new Mini
Can we,
Cooper.
can we
You want
tap
me
in
to look that up?
MSRP
Probably like
Mini
15.
Cooper?
No way, really?
Yeah, I think a Mini Cooper would be like 15.
15 4-door brand new Mini. this-
15K?
Yeah, you can
I've
you
been
can get
more.
a you can get a Nissan
20.
Versa.
Yeah, I mean,
brand
he's
new
not
for
going to get the
15.
base model. You want to go a little.
Kevin, let's type in a top
I
of the
want
line
air
Mini
conditioner.
Cooper.
I want air conditioner.
Top of the line Mini Cooper, leather
There we go.
seats,
We're on
bucket,
the MiniCooper.com website here.
build and
Let's
price.
fucking build one.
Fuck,
Bring it up. Bring it up. Let's do it.
Yes. Let's start with.
Am I about to buy a Mini Cooper?
Oh, wait, Kev. Okay, Kev.
Kevin's
let's
gonna go. Do you have the
we
company
want-
card?
We gotta go 228 horsepower.
No,
on
no,
this thing.
we want hard top 4-door.
Oh yeah.
And we
yeah,
want
good point.
4-door,
Good point.
yes.
Oh, these are more.
Go.
expensive
Well,
than I
189. 189 horsepower.
Well,
We're not
let's-
fucking with 134.
All right,
We
so
we
it
don't
starts
need-
at 24.9 or 28.9.
thought. I was way.
You want to
off.
go fast? Or
But
you want to be
here's
a
the thing.
fucking like child?
No.
I'm never gonna take it to. I'm never gonna take it to
You're gonna go
129,
with
let
this
alone
guy.
145.
Yeah,
Hold
but
on,
you
hold
gotta
on.
you
Wait,
put
wait,
people
wait.
in. You want that torque.
Oh
you
yeah,
want
so
that
the
horsepower.
cheapest one looks like 23,000.
I was way off.
Yeah, I was gonna
Well,
say,
but
that
this
seems
is the
dirt
online
cheap.
thing. You're gonna get it cheaper at the lot.
Yeah, again,
sure.
so I
Not
just
much.
I
Here's what you
legitimately
do.
just saw a commercial that was like buy a new Nissan Versa for 15K, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the car I used to drive before I had the Honda right now, and everything was manual in that goddamn car, manual windows. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, but
dude.
this is 2019. Nothing's manual anymore.
Yeah.
Like they don't sell cars with
My
these
Nissan
windows.
Versa was 2017.
Get the fuck out.
yeah,
I feel like
Ryanair of
I feel like we
cars.
should do
Wait,
this.
when did you get your other car?
right
I
now.
bought the
I think we
Civic.
dropped that. We think we put Greg's card on it right now and pre-order this thing.
I say we do it.
I had the Nissan Versa for like 6 months, Kevin, before I got the Civic and moved over here.
Shit.
So
All right, so we're going. Are we going
classic?
classic, signature, or iconic?
Well,
Classic. He doesn't need more anything.
well, hold on. What's
Well,
connect?
the benefit. We'll look at the things each one. All right. You got panoramic roof.
Don't
You
care.
Heated seats are good.
I want it.
though.
Heated
Butt
seats are
warmers
good.
are good.
LEDs, 16
Headlamps and
inch.
tail lamps. 16-inch alloys. Come on, bro. You want those?
Yeah.
fucking-
Well,
Why?
so my
Well,
question
we can go
becomes, what
17.
I want to look over now at Iconic. It says connected navigation plus with Apple
You don't
CarPlay.
need it.
kit.
You do need
Wow.
CarPlay.
I just need a USB. I just need a
CarPlay's
USB.
great.
Also,
though.
all that can
You
be
want
added
CarPlay, but you can
aftermarket.
add it after.
And you want leather. It's never hot.
I go
here.
signature. We're
You
doing
don't,
signature.
you don't need the 17.
But I want it white.
16s on that car is fine.
Change it to white, Kevin.
White, Kevin. I don't want this Orange.
We're going. Well, hold on. Let me see if what are the? No,
That's a silver, Kevin.
Yeah,
that's
no.
a silver.
And
Kevin.
he's
That's a
checking.
silver,
I
Kevin.
appreciate him
That's
being.
fine.
I like.
It's like a
'cause
cream.
This isn't white. This is cream.
Yeah, but again, that has
It's
that
close
ecto.
enough,
It
yeah.
has that ecto cream to it.
Yeah,
which I
yeah,
love.
you're right.
Gobble
Sure.
gobble. You
It
know
looks.
what I'm saying?
It's a patina cream. You know
Gobble,
what I mean?
gobble?
It's patinaed white.
Because I was gobbling the cream.
Gobble gobble, motherfuckers. Oh. All right, now here's what I'm saying.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Now, can we look at the
that
Ecto
wasn't
One
us.
and see if the
Sorry.
mirrors are painted white because we might
They're
need
silver.
the mirrors. Are they silver?
Yeah.
But you got to paint those mirrors white then.
No. Again, I don't mind iterating a bit.
No,
I
right.
just don't want to drift as far as the Bay Area Ghostbusters.
The roof
have.
has
I
to be
hope
white,
the Bay
though.
Area Ghostbusters pull up your Instagram when you get this car.
You just fucking rip me apart of their podcast. I'm not ripping apart. I thought about looking into
There
joining,
you
but
go.
they said, like,
Whoa.
right
You
there.
got to have that. You got to have
Wow.
that.
You think full on white like
Yes.
that?
Well, the top
Yeah.
it's white.
Well, here's my thing. Do it
The
again.
Ecto One. I mean, it's hideous. I would rather it be black. I like
See, I think you have to do, especially like right now. Let's work on the
Mini
assumption.
Cooper suck.
We should build a smart car.
Huh?
The smart car is the one that I'm thinking of, where you always see them memeing out the smart cars, where they make it look like the old little play school. kind of
Oh
vehicles.
yeah.
Yeah. See,
Just
the
for
Ecto
a
One has it's all
comparison,
white.
I'm just pulling this up for which one do
That's
you
fine.
want to use as a comparison?
No,
white-
the one
the
you're
white
on is
roof
fine. The one you're
nailed
on
it.
is fine.
Wait, this
The
one?
white
Yeah, that's
roof
great.
is
That's
perfect.
great.
That's
Here's
great.
my thing about it. Bring it back over. Now, here's what I'm saying though: is we have to make right now for the purposes of this podcast. What we are doing is building an Ecto One. We will do nothing with except paint fins on and put the no ghost logo on.
Okay.
So with that said, I think you have to go with a black top if we're not going to put stuff on top of it.
Sure.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Not.
Because look
It's
at
gotta
it.
be
It
white.
looks
It's not-
naked.
It's not
it looks
good.
naked
But you're
right
not
now.
envisioning
What are
it
you
with the
talking
red.
about?
If I was gonna put the lights on it, if I was gonna put the ladder on it, then I
You're-
think the white makes
But
sense.
you're missing the point. I can have Andy spend hours designing you the top of it, and we'll vinyl wrap it so
Yeah.
it looks like it's all that shit's up
Why
there.
are you obsessed with vinyl
I just want to
wrapping?
wrap something so bad.
It's perfect with the white roof, Greg. Like
Perfect?
when Nick or when Kevin hit the white to make the
Made
roof
sense,
white,
right?
I was like, oh my god, I
Right.
see it now.
I want one.
I see it.
I want Greg to have one.
Yeah.
If we get the option, are you going to add rails on the top just in case?
Yes.
You
Save
want
rails. I can put rails on the top.
I don't know that you can.
Let's
Kevin?
get to the wheels,
With
Kevin.
a lot of cars, you can. Though.
Let's go. Let's
For now, let's. For now. Wait,
Kevin,
what is
go-
back? Go back.
go-
There's a bang of the. No, don't hit the back.
Wait,
there you go.
wait.
Perfect.
Kevin, go to additional options. It might be a ski rack.
See, now here's
We're
my
earning our
problem.
way there.
One of my big
That interior's
problems with
hideous.
I have thought this through quite a bit.
so ugly.
It
one of-
looks, I think
horrible.
It looks, look at the knobs. I love these knobs.
Oh, I love.
that's
You don't
it.
like that?
The knobs aren't what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the fucking fishbowl. That's in the middle of the.
Man, I think it's rad.
I'm like, which one's the steering wheel?
Which one shows me how many midi
Kevin, show me the back again.
That's what it looked like.
See, this is my big problem with it, of course, is that everybody thinks of the Ecto One, right?
funny.
You think of the fins, you think of the logos on the doors, you think of the logo on the back. And where the Mini Cooper is and the license plate holder is, I can't center a no ghost logo there, which breaks my heart.
Why don't you put it on the bumper?
Nick,
You want a black roof, Greg.
Here's what
I
I'll
gave
say.
up on your vision a long time
Here's
ago.
what I'll say. You put the logo underneath the license
it's too
plate.
small.
What,
Look
let me
how
see what this
big it
logo. What
is.
does it look like?
It's
Yeah,
supposed to be
you take that logo, you put huge as fuck, and then the license plate's over it.
Just every one of these
So you put-
images,
you put the sticker underneath, and you put the license plate over it.
they all have white roofs.
That way when the cops come-
I'm
like-
not arguing that it has a white roof.
I don't know why you.
I am
don't want it.
arguing that if we're not going to put anything on top of the white roof, the black will distract more from this naked, hairless Ecto One.
It won't look like the
Distract will
Ecto
just-
One
yeah,
that
then
has a
it'll just
black
be like-
roof. People will go like
it'll
this.
be the equivalent of putting like an Autobot symbol on a piece of shit car.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I
doesn't
guess this
look
guy
like it.
likes Transformers, as opposed to that's a fucking Transformer.
Yeah.
You want this thing to be that's a fucking Ecto One,
Yeah. You
not
need a
like
white
this
roof.
guy
Fine,
likes
then Kevin,
Ghostbusters.
I need you to save me a few $1,000s, get the sunroof out of the fucking thing,
I don't know.
do it white, we'll put lights on
You
it.
definitely don't need a sunroof.
Once we do this, Kevin, you're going to need to Google San Francisco laws on lights on top of your car. Because I think I got to cover them. I've looked into this in Illinois. I never looked into it in
I mean,
You
California.
definitely
I
can't
think we
put
have
a sticker on your car that says police. I know that much.
I know from
experience.
So now this is okay. So yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, son.
so now
those
this
reels
is
are
without the
ugly,
bells.
though.
We got to add the bells and whistles
Yeah,
as we
we're
go,
gonna have to
right?
go
Which
to
is,
Adam.
that's a doable thing.
Show me the backing end. Is this still? Do I get a cheat? No, it's still the same thing.
You have the little tapita.
But here's what I'm saying. Here's what
Wait,
I'm
I'm
saying.
sorry.
Sure.
What do you have the problem with
We
the
can
back?
cover
I
that
want to
whole
put
back up.
the No Ghost logo right where it says Mini Hardtop 4-door Mini logo.
Yeah, you can do that.
There's supposed to be a no ghost logo there.
What about the license plate?
Is that right?
Well, the license
Well, I
plate
mean,
looks like
on the
sit
Ecto
over it.
1, not on this thing.
Oh, I see. You're talking
Again,
about
offensively, you're looking
this.
at the 18 Ghostbusters car and trying to base decisions off that. I'm not a fan of that, Kevin.
You
but
happy?
there you go. See,
You rather me look at this toy?
yes, it would be
No, I'm
better.
kidding,
That
okay.
would because that's the car we're trying to build here. All right.
Now,
feel like
here's
this
the
started
thing.
off as a
How
good idea.
willing? How willing are you to?
Which part?
Kind of funny.
All right, go to wheels. Yeah. Now, see, we're gonna have to get custom wheels because I need that.
Those are sick nasty.
I need
Damn.
those white walls though. I need white walls on this. Baby.
With those wheels, it looks like you should be driving across a snowy landscape in a Lexus commercial. And they're like, why is this Mini Cooper in this Lexus commercial?
Get the fuck out of here.
Why is this Ecto 1 Mini Cooper here?
So wait, what
let
rims
me
look
change
closest to the ones that are?
I would
on
say
the-
these here probably the solid thing.
Those are.
These
I don't even.
No, hit the ones you were on.
We're gonna have to
I
get
don't-
some custom rims.
Add them.
I don't
Add
know
the
if-
car. Now go up and click the ones above them.
It won't let me.
Why is this add
Add the car.
Add a car.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You goof,
And
goof,
then
dumb,
next-
dumb.
Yeah, I mean those are the cheapest rims that it comes with. So there you go.
See, I want the white walls. We're gonna
On the
you-
interior, see if there's an option with Dan Aykroyd being inside of the car.
I just gotta buy a thing of
Miller,
Crystal
Miller.
Head vodka.
This we wrap up with tape, spray paint it, done. You
Okay,
know what I mean?
fair, done.
Oh, done. We
Done.
don't spend
We
any
can
more
do the
money on
vinyl
that.
wrap.
Next, the interior.
I was gonna throw out that they
Interior, I don't
actually-
care about really. Like, right?
Oh, this
well, I
is
want
what-
heated seats, of course.
You can actually
you
get
can add
custom
that.
rims, if you wanted to. That the white wall is built into the rim, so you can get a lower profile tire, but it makes it look like one of those big fat dog tires.
Yeah, we
back
want
in the
that.
day.
We
what we
want
want.
that.
Yeah, they do them. They do them on
Can you,
custom.
can you put me in touch with your tire guy?
Let's
yeah,
skip
I
interior.
can get that for
Yeah,
you.
interior
for
guy.
this
Who the fuck
extra
cares what it
size.
looks
I mean,
like
the
inside?
rest of it, I don't even think matters.
No, I want to. Well, no, because we started here. How much is going to cost? That's where this all began.
You need, yeah,
you
this-
don't-
Oh, I
it only
need the
comes in a
I
box.
need the double clutch transmission.
when you
How
want to
the-
get to the ghost fast.
How the fuck am I not going to drive without a
Car has
7-speed?
one transmission. It's not a manual.
Click whatever. Keep
I like how they're
going.
giving you these options. There's no options. What,
is
what,
this?
now
I mean,
see if
right
you
now I
get-
don't have that. Right?
See if you can get a roof rack. on
Mini
this
Click
fucking
6
thing.
drive system universal holder. What the fuck's saving
What
me?
does
Click.
that mean?
That's what's
Click.
up.
We don't need it.
Click. Oh, wait.
Additional
Never
options.
mind, we don't need it.
All right, here we are.
There's
Sirius
maintenance.
satellite. No.
Exterior,
Union
exterior
Jack.
details. Yeah, you're on a Union Jack.
Bike rack.
Blackjack side
The
scuttle.
bottom
Bike
left.
rack.
Bike rack prep.
Oh, fuck
Where is it?
yes.
Where is it? Where is it?
Left rack prep.
It's just
Yes.
Oh shit, son.
You fucking just
Roof
saw
rack
it, didn't
base
you?
system.
You didn't believe in us.
Check the bike. There's three. Yeah, there's three different options. Let's see which one's best. Oh, there's even more.
So it's an addition. So you can just get the roof racks.
That's
right?
nasty.
We have options, guys.
And then you can add this different shit afterwards.
Oh, you know. Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
But that's gonna get. Someone's gonna fuck with that. if
Wait,
they
what
leave
can
it
I
out.
put in
No,
that thing?
Oh,
Whatever
you can put.
want.
It's like a
Surfboard.
suitcase.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you
Neat.
just put shit in it.
And then they
Okay.
have black ones.
That's sick.
See now, put one of on. Let me see what it looks like.
Vinyl wrap that fucking thing.
Shit, Nick. You
Imagine if
make
we can
this.
make it red. That'd be so cool.
It's so funny that you can't zoom out. You know, it's just chopped
You
off.
can't. Oh, you can only zoom in.
That's weird.
Can you, what if you do the Control Z thing that you do sometimes?
No.
that you do sometimes.
Yeah, this is really bad.
What about the bike rack
man.
prep? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh, is that for the back of it?
Yeah, it looks like it
no,
goes
so
below.
those are the rails that it actually sits on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need that.
No, that says roof rails.
Wait, you're saying this one?
Yeah,
right?
that-
Yeah. What's that thing do? I want to see all these options.
It looks like it might be on the back by the
Can
license
we,
plate.
yeah, let's remove
No.
everything.
Give me a
Let's
second,
just start
give me a
over.
Oh, yeah, it might be in the back. You're right.
Oh, it's a bike thing. Like you put it on the back, like a
No, it didn't do anything either.
tow hook or something, or a tow hitch.
It's
Well, either way, I think we got.
Hold on. What
For
was
sure,
I
Kev. We like those
Get
cute
your
little.
mini.
There,
Yeah,
yes,
that's
yeah.
something for your
Yeah,
back. Yeah.
You don't want that shit.
No, we don't want that.
But I ride a bike.
Yeah, but you're not gonna ride it. You know.
You can't ride a bike and drive the car at the same time, Greg. Don't be silly.
Do you want to get the sports antenna to make it easier for shit?
Let me look at it.
I don't like that.
No, I don't. I
Let's
like
turn
the
it
tall
into
one because
Snoopy.
it needs to look like Ghostbusters
It does.
stuff.
I
you know?
like tall one.
Sure.
Maybe we should, Kevin. Maybe we should give him that bike thing because he does ride a bike a lot with his weird helmet.
I don't like it. It's such a funny looking helmet.
I love it. It keeps me from getting run over, just like this car will.
Keep that on there because I feel like that's just like and didn't they have a
I
thing?
feel
Didn't
like
the doors
this
swing
is-
like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
feel
there's
like
that.
this is an attachment that like lets you put on a bike rack.
Rear
All
mount
right, fine.
bike rack.
Fuck it. I don't want it. Get it.
Yeah, that
maybe-
is what that is.
yeah,
Bike
maybe.
rack and bike sold
All
separately.
right, so now put the things on. I didn't love the box. I love the rails.
Get the rails.
Give me the roof rails, but not
Just
the box.
rails? Okay.
Put on that bike rack prep.
I like that
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot.
that's
And then give me
freaking
the
nasty.
support system, right? The crossbars.
Yeah.
Roof.
Oh, you want the
Yeah,
okay.
gotta
have
Okay,
it.
Got it.
Right? Yeah, that
That's
looks
cool
good.
looking.
That's really good.
Yeah, we're getting there.
That's
yeah,
cool.
Okay. Reviewing safe.
I like it.
Wait, do we really want to save it?
27K.
I don't think it actually like fucking takes a 10% down. I think you're okay, Kev.
Kevin's like, I need
It's all
my
right.
card.
As configured, 26766.
Man, this computer's gonna get fed so many Mini Cooper
26,000.
ads.
Now, here's what I'm saying. That's going to get up to 30 with all the stupid shit that they try to buy.
That's gonna come down if they want me to get it.
So
You know
here's
I
what
mean?
they do.
better
Want me to
fucking be
schedule
ready
a
to
test
bargain.
drive, or-
You bring Kevin.
How many times do I have to tweet about your Mini Cooper store, sir?
You bring Kevin, you bring Tim.
Oh, God.
Now Tim will call 15 other dealerships
Yeah, that's
and
true.
find you better prices. And Kevin will just go around
God, look at how
and
beautiful
just be
it is.
Kevin.
Just imagine,
And eventually,
Kevin, screenshot, or actually, you know what? Everybody who's talented, I need you right now. This is so everybody who's watching and talented, and this is for when it goes up on Friday too. Screenshot this. And then do it. Put the No Ghost logo on the
details,
side. Put the red.
me a mock-up.
Yeah,
I want a
my
mock-up.
God.
So
You know what? And here's the other thing. Oh, I can't do it. I guess. 'cause
Thanks,
I've been-
Kev. Give
Thank
them the
you.
options.
Good job, Kev.
Yeah,
Good job,
yeah,
Kev.
take your time.
Here's what I'd like to see, audience, while you do
It
this.
doesn't matter. It doesn't ignore that.
And I know Tim's mad at me for making a few liberties with the fucking thing, right? You know, give me one version with the No Ghost logo on the hood as well, because that is something that's done often in the cartoons. And since I can't have it on the backpack, I'd like to see it.
I just
want to see it.
I'm with Tim on this, okay? Because you spent a solid 5 minutes eviscerating the San Francisco Ghostbusters. And now you want a fucking decal on the hood?
How far they have fallen.
I'm just saying, if we're out there experimenting, yeah.
I mean, you could probably go to a body shop and have them like remove this and like fill it in somehow,
Yeah.
and
I
then
mean,
it'd just be.
I
you
think
know?
too, like, you know, for the logistics of it, probably where the Mini Cooper logo is there in the center, you put a little No
yeah,
Ghost logo. That'd be
that'd
cute.
be cute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you know
cute.
what I mean?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is you
It's a
could
scale.
easily pop that off. That you can have a body shop pop that off, spray it white.
Sure.
And then you put a big logo on it, but it just goes into the inlet, and then you put the license plate.
What
over
about
it.
on the gas
No,
Get what I'm
cap?
saying?
On the
over
gas
it.
cap. It's like a
Well,
circle.
there's already
That's
one.
too-
There's
Why
already
don't
one
we
on the
just
door.
let everyone just
Yeah.
put stickers on
I
this?
I say
Christ's
one
sake.
big
I know a
one,
guy.
one big one here. You know.
Yeah, that's I think that would work. But I think don't you
And
think you
get
got to
the
spray paint that white? Yeah,
yeah,
gotta paint
spray
that white.
painted the same, not white, the same color as the car.
The creamy, whatever
Yeah.
the hell that thing is. Yeah, we can get that done. That Mini Cooper color is easy. It's like a stock color.
Why kind of? If we're gonna leave again, there's gonna be some.
fact, you could take
just
all
to
that stuff
talk
out and spray
Tim
it.
off the ledge here. There's gonna be some liberties need to be taken, right?
That's fair.
Okay.
If that's the case, that's a different vision then.
Okay.
That's where it's like what looks the
I mean,
dopest.
it's pretty much the same though.
Not what's the most faithful.
Okay,
You know?
that's fair. All right, do you want to shake
Dope-
hands
the
on
dope
it?
factor.
Shake hands on it.
Hell
all right?
yeah,
I'm
man.
down.
Now, are you gonna do some aftermarket red shit?
You have to.
Well, yeah, that's what I was talking about. I want that. I want that. The fin the other Mini Cooper had that when you Googled it.
Okay,
Absolutely.
yeah.
have
Let's see
to.
what the audience comes up
Yeah,
with.
audience, give me
I
some
wanna see some
mock-ups
cool
here. You know what I
mock-ups.
mean? Let's see what's up.
I want to see like a red, like instead of the
If you
maybe
can
the line,
do it too,
maybe
get
the quarter panels red.
Get a white Tesla. Show me what those mock-ups would look
I want
like.
to see the
you know what I
Tesla
mean?
with the
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. Let's do that.
All
want
right.
this so
Thanks,
bad,
guys,
yeah.
for helping me.
Anyway, back to the Cybertruck, real quick. Like me and Kevin were kind of arguing about it, right? And Kevin's absolutely like smitten with this damn truck.
Of course he is. This truck's supposed to be like indestructible, and
Now,
Kevin drives like there's no tomorrow.
I like. There's a part of me that likes it.
Kevin
right?
drove without brakes for a solid 2 months.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are you
true.
stopping? And he's like, that's what trees are for.
There's a part of me that likes it a lot, but I wish, you know, on this where they went full 10. They went from 0 to 10 all the way to Cyberpunk future. Like they went all the way. I wish they would have gone to like an 8. Yeah. And met
can't.
somewhere in the middle. You
You
know?
can't do that though. That's not how you make change happen. Change, you need to have this moment, and then everyone's going to iterate, and it's going to come down and meet somewhere. In
Yeah,
the
that
middle.
worked out real well for John DeLorean.
That was a cool. That's still a
DeLorean.
cool car to this day.
Yeah, if you can find him, because he went broke as fuck and then to jail for
He would
selling
always take the
cocaine.
car. He took the car to Rooster Teeth. I remember seeing it in the parking lot.
DeLorean?
Is this
Yeah.
the
That's cool.
concept you were talking about?
No. There's a concept that they were sort of teasing of what the Tesla pickup truck could be, and the top right, very very top right.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I thought, see, that's
That's
cool.
like from RoboCop.
And I wish they had met somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, that's two prototype, like never gonna come out.
Yeah.
But the one that they have right now is like someone drew it once, and Elon Musk was like, "Yeah, that's the one." And they're
Yeah.
like, no, this is just a mock-up, real quick on a fucking napkin.
I love it.
Like, and I said,
It's so cool and so different than what's available now. I think, and like that was by design. You know, like
It's-
this is nothing out there is like this, and this is so cool looking.
it's cool. Like
Also, they made an ATV. You know,
from the front view, I think it's super cool looking. And then once it gets around to the side, that's when I start disliking it. But from
Have you seen it? In
Whenever they
black?
showed at the front, like
Does it come in
You know what it
black?
reminds me of?
here, go to the bottom right, the front black view. That right there. Like I think that looks
That looks
so
like Knight Rider.
Well, they did sort of like
it looks like
Photoshop.
it
some
looks like
bullshit in
Wraith.
there.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Photoshop reasons.
Yeah.
Who's
What-
Wraith?
There's a movie called Wraith, starring Charlie Sheen back in the day, where he dies, then comes back as the Wraith and hunts people down. That
Did you
kill
ever
him in
watch?
the
Did you ever
car.
watch The Chase, where he has sex with a girl while he's running from the
Oh,
cops?
what a great movie, dude.
Driving
love
from the
that
cops.
Great movie.
Holds her up with the butter.
You know
holds
what's
the place up with
fucking
the butter.
crazy is we're gonna see this on the streets.
I cannot wait.
How long?
They
2
said
years,
they.
2
I mean,
years.
again, pre-orders don't really necessarily mean a whole lot because you put down $100 or whatever. But I think they're at like 250,000.
Yeah, but there's
How much
there's
does it
gonna be a
cost?
fraction of that.
I think it's
People won't
40.
buy that car.
Yeah, 40 is the baseline.
Are you
70
kidding me?
is
This
the
thing's
most
gonna sell out.
expensive.
A pre-order? No, I'm a fraction of the 200,000 people that put the pre-order
Got
in
it,
that
got
actually
it, got
get
it.
one.
But like, I think it's
How many
gonna be
people
a-
are gonna wait like 2 years? They're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna take my. It's $100.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
point he's making.
Gotcha.
But the thing is, it's
still,
gonna look
these are going to be on the streets, and then in 2 years, and then in 4 years, they're going to be all over the fucking place. Like, think about Teslas. It's insane.
It's gonna look super
You
fucking
can't go out
dorky.
without seeing 5 of them on the way home.
No, I mean, that's the thing.
It's gonna look really dorky when you put the side view mirrors on it.
Oh, you mean the safety things, like all the lights that have to go on the truck and all that
Like
stuff?
no,
or-
like the actual side mirrors.
No,
like,
I mean, and also the turn lights and the actual headlamps and all the
Yeah, but those
brakes
could
and
be
stuff
all
like that.
integrated into the system it has now.
I think it's actually gonna make it look better, because I think what you're responding to right now is there's
Like, I
it's
love this
too
view.
flat.
I think it looks so cool right there.
I think once they have to put the actual, because you have to have by law the little turn signals on the sides, little lights that bleep when you're
Yeah, but
turning.
they've
turn signals on the
combined
back and all that stuff.
They've combined them so that like a lot of cars have now gotten rid of the yellow.
Oh, so it's in
Which
the light
is,
itself.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. Well, no, instead they have like flashing red for a right indicator instead of a yellow light that flashes.
It's against the law to not have lights on your mirrors.
no, it's not.
No, but there are like state laws and where you have to have specific types of lights for safety reasons.
Yeah.
So like you can't just not have brake lights or turn signals on your back.
Oh,
So when
okay.
you turn it on, you have to have like the different
Yeah,
different
yeah.
turn. So a lot, like to Kevin's point, like a lot of the newer cars, because they have LEDs,
Yeah. Oh,
will use
okay.
those
I get what
lights
you're saying.
as those things. But
Which is
if
not
you look,
great.
like my car has, because it's older, it's got on the side of it, on the fender, it has an indicator when I'm turning. And I
Yeah.
think you still have to have that to some degree.
It's going to be really cool, Nick. This will really benefit you if you ever want to get a Cybertruck. Is that vinyl wrapping? This will be super easy.
Well,
it's flat panels.
That's my point. So you know what I talk about those car restoration shows that I watch all the time.
Yeah.
When they customize cars, this is my biggest pet peeve, because they can't get, when cars are made, generally, like if it's a mass market car, the sheet metal's stamped. They come up with like a big ass stamp. It stamps it out, and that's how you get the intricacies of like a soft angle going into nothing, right?
Yeah.
Or like, and it's a sculpted panel. But when these guys go to customize them, they don't have that ability, so it's always a little harder angle than it needs to be, and it sticks out like a sore thumb. This thing looks like someone made their own car, but they were like, I don't know how to work with sheet metal. I can just do
Angles.
like 5-degree angles, and that's it. And it's like, to me, I think it's absolutely hideous, but there's a fucking awesomeness to how ugly it is that I'm not going
I'm
to
with that.
discount. You know what I mean?
I hate
like,
it.
It's not a pretty car.
I don't
but
like
if
it
I saw
at
one,
all.
I'd be like, that
I'm
dude's
stoked
fucking
it
cool.
exists, and I'm stoked of what it's going to cause to the world. We're about to get drastically different looking cars. I remember 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, yellow cars didn't exist because that was reserved for taxis. Now yellow's fucking everywhere.
Well, taxis
that,
and Porsches.
that was the biggest change we've seen in cars.
Are you mad that you didn't get a yellow Prius?
No.
I had a yellow Mazda 5, and
Ew.
it was awful.
and I hated it.
I hated that damn car. Like, it was just, I was like, why do I have, But my parents were like, yeah, you're into like punk rock, and this is
That's
like,
not
They
punk rock.
pushed you to buy it?
It was like a used deal.
Nothing says punk rock like
Like a yellow Mazda.
So they're like, oh, it's a hatchback. It's a Mazda 5, so you could like put your bass in there and your amp or whatever. And my uncle sold it to us, and he'll still give us shit like, yeah, I remember that Mazda 5 I sold back in the day. A bunch of idiots who bought it, like that guy, suckers. Like, it's really good, but it was not fun. It was not a great car.
And now, a word from our sponsors. All right, we're back.
I'm looking for this damn. Keep talking about. I'm looking for this Cybertruck concept that somebody kind of an artist said, "Oh, let me fix it to what I think it should look like," and it looked really fucking cool. And a guy posted it on Facebook, and I don't remember the person's name, even though they're my friend on Facebook.
While you look for it, did you see all the shit with them in Ford?
No,
Where you didn't see, so they
Ford versus
apparently-
Tesla?
Yeah, Ford versus the Cybertruck,
The sequel.
No, apparently they decided to like they were like, our Tesla, this car is so powerful, has so much torque that it will beat a Ford F-150 in a tug of war, and it did. But then like Neil deGrasse Tyson got in, and he was like, that's not a fair, like an accurate test because that's one of them's all-wheel drive and the other one's like front-wheel drive as a truck. And like he was like he got in with physics, and then all these other people started piling in. It was a pretty fascinating thing. And then Ford came out like, we'll take you on any day of the week or whatever with a car that matches the specs of being all-wheel drive. And then they backed out, and everyone's like, ooh.
Ford backed out?
Yeah, Ford was like, you know what? We don't need to do this. Someone at Ford's like, don't fucking do this. This is dumb.
We'll take you any day. And like all the other people are like, no, we
All right,
won't.
Wednesday.
No, we don't.
no.
Because Musk was like, yeah, absolutely, let's go. We'll send you a Cybertruck. You guys can do it yourself. And they were like,
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, well, wait, hold on,
They
time
don't
out.
actually compare.
Could
Like,
we do that? If we challenge Elon Musk, like Andy can outrun a Cybertruck, will he send us a Cybertruck?
No, but Kevin, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, the way electric engines work is, they start up and go. They don't need that like lead time to get the right amount of force.
Yeah,
So
well,
it's like they don't compare. Where it's like the Cybertruck will win no matter what.
I think
Science,
60.
science with Kev. I'm Kevin.
I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said something that had to do with weight dispersal because the all-wheel drive Cybertrucks have engines over each axle. It puts the weight evenly dispersed, which allows it to get more friction and more torque off the bat. Whereas the front-wheel drive just has the weight so I guess the back end just doesn't have any like a ton of weight coming down on it. It was just getting like fucking pulled all over the place, which makes sense.
I'm sending some images to assets right now.
It's just cool when like smart people talk about shit. I'm like, oh yeah, Neil, that's what I was thinking too. And the old engines over the wheelbase, huh? Get that? But yeah,
You remember when he was in Batman v Superman?
was he?
Yeah.
Remember when he was in Laser Team 2?
I do remember that as well.
Or Laser
What?
Team 1?
And everything.
Elon Musk?
No.
No.
Neil
Oh.
deGrasse Tyson.
Didn't he get canceled? Don't people?
Yeah, he said bad things.
He said creepy stuff, right? But
I
like
think
in
he
a
said
really
bad things. I thought he took
stupid
a
way.
picture with someone that was like
Was
grabbing
it?
her.
So
Someone
this
said he
first one
grabbed
is
her.
like an artist is like, hey, let me like make it look more sci-fi-ish or whatever. And then the second one is this guy that I
But Nick, this could all be
Those
vinyl.
wheels look like Oreos, and I'm all about it.
So here's what I'm gonna say. Type in the movie Wraith movie.
So this one he rounded off some more of or he straightened off some of like there's not that peak at the top.
Yeah.
You know how like
Yeah.
that point he
But, like,
sort of like
But now this just looks like a Lamborghini
Transformer
SUV.
toy from the 80s. Like the die-cast metal ones that like couldn't quite look like the TV show.
But that's what I want. I want our shit to be. I always tell Tim, like, I wish fashion was at a point where jackets were super normal, where everything was like segmented into, you maybe have a gray jacket and there's like different parts of fashion where you see in futuristic movies and people's like suits look all cool.
Like in
and
Last
shit.
Jedi when Leia had the thing that was just covering her face and looked fucking cool as shit.
Yeah, I just mean stuff like that. Like I wish we were at that point already where we had.
You want to be
change
Ryan
you wanna
Gosling
see.
from 20.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you say that, and you show up in just a all black sweatshirt.
You're right.
Fucking Tim's in a cyberpunk
Yeah,
jacket
Tim's
right now.
trying.
I'm
at
in-
least.
I'm living in the
Every
fucking future.
day. Tim leaves the office, and we make fun of him for trying, but he tries. Andy, when are you gonna try?
Walked in with an all-white Xbox One anorak, or whatever they call it.
All he did was talk shit about the fucking Fallen Order ponchos, how much he hates them. And he shows up in a fucking poncho.
They don't have a bright
So-
white one.
It was dope.
Yeah.
I was like
It is fucking
legitimately
dope.
jealous.
Dope
Even though if I brought that home, my wife would be like,
Get out.
Yeah.
"You're not
Get
going
outta
to
here.
that, are you?"
Yeah. Now, Andy, I have a question for you.
What's up?
What happened to your finger? I haven't seen you in a long time. You come back all mauled. What happened to your finger?
Can we talk about Andy today? Though? Can we tell people what
Well,
what's
that's why I
going
want
on?
to talk about Mandalorian.
If you don't get the joke.
we were legitimately worried about you today as we did our of course the kind of funny thing where a minute before we're supposed to be on, everyone looks around like people come out of their fucking
Morning
groundhog
haze.
holes, and we're just like, wait, is everyone here? And you were nowhere in sight.
Yeah.
And so Kevin's like, is Andy
It's the
coming
second
in? And I
time
was
it's
like,
happened to me in my
yeah.
life where I just slept through every alarm possible. But the first time it happened, I had family members and coworkers calling me millions of times, and to the point where my aunt showed up in my apartment, knocking on my door, thinking that I had like overdosed on some sort of awful drug
See,
or
we
whatever.
didn't,
What
we didn't go that
happened
far.
this
We
time,
thought we
Andy?
thought carbon monoxide this time.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
What happened this time?
So last night I arrived at SFO around 2:30 in the morning.
Oof.
And I knew that was going to happen, but I didn't take into account how difficult it'd be to find an Uber that late, and how rare they would be,
I didn't
and
realize
how
they would be.
expensive they would be. And so I arrive, and it's around 2:30. I get out the flight, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go pee. And as soon as I was like walking to the restroom, I was already ordering the Uber. Finished peeing, wash my hands, look at my phone, and it's like,
Still searching.
cannot be found. Sorry. Like, it's really, really busy right now. I was like, what the fuck? So I searched again. I searched for so long that eventually the prices were like 65 for an Uber, 75, 80. I was like, I'm gonna just go get a fucking cab.
These are for Uber X's?
Uber, any sort of Uber, even shared and all that shit. Went to the taxi area, and there's such a huge line of people, and no taxis are there. I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucked right now. Eventually, I found an Uber. It was about $80.
Jesus.
Guys, like, he'll arrive in 17 minutes. I'm like, fuck. I finally got home around like 3.
And it's freezing cold.
Yeah, and they have the
taxi?
stupid like little tents you stand outside in near the Uber areas.
Oh,
What's up,
those are
Kev?
the worst.
Why didn't you take a taxi at that point?
He just said there was.
I just said, yeah,
Oh,
there was,
sorry, I didn't-
yeah.
I didn't-
And so I get
What
a
about
new.
Bart? You didn't want to take Bart into the city?
I've never even
Bart
tried
doesn't go that late.
I've never.
Fuck, you're right.
I've also just never tried that. I like that's not an option.
Andy
I would
was.
try that
Andy's
late.
ended up in Oakland.
Fuck no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just
dude.
cut. This is the part of the movie where it cuts and Andy's standing in front of the giant Bart board and he just walks away.
Yeah. And so I finally go and I get back to my apartment around 3:30 in the morning in the car, and I'm watching the final or last night's episode of Watchmen.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
God,
episode.
what a
I'm
show.
gonna do it tonight.
So
I'm
good.
excited.
So goddamn good. So I I'm like, all right, it's gonna be a late one. This sucks. Hopefully I get enough sleep. I slept like maybe 45 minutes on the plane. And I'm getting all my shit together. I take a shower. I'm getting out of the shower. I gotta you can't just go to bed immediately. You gotta jerk off.
Yeah,
man,
exactly.
fast.
Get it. Get the
And
yank
I
in.
have my little like Ziploc bag of toiletries, and I reach in to get my razor out, and my finger just slices.
You said you cut it. You didn't have to
My-
describe
Are
it.
you using a
that whole
fucking
thing was a
straight
setup.
razor?
No, I just have like but like the angle that it took, it just shoot, and like I didn't feel anything, but then I looked, and then it just
fucking
started
Michael Madsen
bleeding. It
from
started
Reservoir
bleeding like
Dogs?
crazy.
Right?
Jesus Christ.
And so there's like a lot of blood. I'm like, oh fuck, this. It doesn't hurt. It's not like a
I'm
super,
sure I'll be able.
It's not a super.
Then he woke
gruesome-
up at 2 in the morning.
It's not really gruesome,
Afternoon.
but
Kicked on
it's
blood.
gonna take a while for this to stop bleeding, and it took a while to
Do
the.
you think you should have gotten stitches?
No. It wasn't that severe. It's just in your fingers you got a bunch of little
Those
baby
vessels.
Yeah, a little bunch of vessels that bleed a lot. And so after about 4 different
Want this to stop.
applications
Yeah.
of toilet paper wrapping around, I finally like just got a bunch of
Crazy
paper
blood.
towel. Put a bunch of paper towel, and then I wrapped around these
Yeah, paper towel.
these Band-Aids, and I just hoped that maybe it stopped bleeding because by this point it's about 5:30 in the morning.
Dude, have you not seen John Wick? Doesn't he like super glue shit in,
Yeah,
in
they
that?
do that. They do that a lot.
So you got to do, bro, super glue.
But it wasn't even like one single gash. It was like 2 different
Oh,
cuts
from the
because
multiple
2 different
razors?
blades. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it just it took so long for it to stop bleeding. I'm not even sure if it
That's
did.
a deep cut, bro.
I just
Well, it's weird. You should be careful because you're not supposed to use paper towels because that keeps it sucking. That doesn't let it clot.
Good moisture. Yeah.
Oh, I just figured if
You
I
need to
put like
cauterize
really
it.
tight.
Yep.
If I
Go
put
to the kitchen.
I figured if I put really tight Band-Aids around it, it'll maybe
No,
just stop
totally,
the
yeah, yeah,
circulation.
yeah,
And I
sure,
finally
sure.
like fell asleep or whatever. By that point, it's like 6 in the morning probably, and then I wake up and I just like
Feel great.
realize it's really bright outside. And I look at my phone. It's 12:30, and I'm like, oh, I fucking slept through every alarm because my alarms are set for like 8:30, 8:45, 9 a.m. And I just slept through about 6 different alarms that I probably snoozed. And I think I only missed one of them, and it was at 8:30, and the rest of them I just immediately dismissed.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't remember doing any of that.
Sure.
And I just slept through everything, and I was like, oh.
So you had the last time this happened. You had your whole family, like the police were called and all this stuff. This time, you got one phone call from me.
We all talked about it.
We
and
did talk about it. We
Tim
came
was
up
like,
with
I'll
our
call.
theories.
Like, all right.
Yeah.
What
that
happened?
was pretty
Andy
much
didn't
it.
answer. It's either he's sleeping or carbon monoxide. Because
So-
carbon monoxide almost got Kevin last night. So it's that thing of like, much like Final Destination, rather than trying to outrun death, we're just trying to outrun carbon monoxide.
Exactly. But then we recorded The Mandalorian in review for episode 4, and we just did it without you.
well, technically, your presence was still here. We saved your chair.
Yeah.
For you.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys. Appreciate
We
that.
had some fun.
Audio listeners to that are going to be so confused.
They're gonna be so confused. We have a lot of audio listeners to that show too. They're gonna be like, "What is his mic not on? What happened?"
I just didn't want to be. It just wasn't a very good episode. I didn't want to be here to discuss it.
I wish you were here because me and Kevin, for once, agreed on something, and Tim gave us so much shit for it.
I think you should.
So much shit.
Tim was just on the right side of history.
Thank you. There you go.
What was the right side of history?
Good episode.
They loved it.
It was.
I didn't love it.
Yeah.
They.
Tim said it was
loved
his
I didn't
best-
hate it. It was just like
Tim
this is
said
the most
it goes-
television thing I've seen
It
in
goes
my life.
episode 4 Mandalorian, Empire Strikes Back in that
Yeah.
order.
You know what? I did say that. I did say that, actually.
Yeah, so that's the second time it's ever happened to me, and
That means you really needed sleep. If you're sleeping that soundly, That's good. It's probably better than
Well, again, you go home, and so much of being home is that like I'm still on West Coast time, so I'm falling asleep like at 5 in.the morning because my body,
man.
Usually go to bed like at 2:33.
Jesus.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna. You got to
live?
the punchline of the joke before I could even make it. Be a normal adult. Go to bed at midnight.
Yeah.
It's like I'm going to bed at 5 in the morning. Like, wait, how does time work?
Yeah, but like
an hour.
The thing is, like, all my friends work in education, and all my friends are off, and all my friends are like, "Hey, come over. We're drinking and we're watching last night's SmackDown, or we're watching AEW or whatever, and we're just gonna play some Nintendo
That
Switch
sounds fun.
afterwards. We're drinking, we're smoking, I didn't smoke.
Sure you didn't.
I did not smoke. I got a lot of secondhand smoke.
Bro, come on. You can just tell everyone.
All my
Be
friends,
honest,
just like
for a
every one of them,
change.
just
You
like, I
know,
love
man,
that
you
weed,
little
man. I'm
pothead.
telling you.
That's
dude.
probably why you were late today, right?
I'll tell you what I did. Here's what.
You're sitting there, fucking hitting the
I-
suicide hole.
Okay. I want audio listeners to understand what Greg just did. Greg just made a balloon animal effect with his hands instead of a bong. He doesn't know how bongs work, so we went. You think I don't catch this shit?
I've seen them on movies. I've seen them.
My idea of the party of going to my friend's house was like I picked up a small pizza from Peter Piper Pizza.
Hell yeah, you
and
did.
it was extra sauce, extra toasty. Went over to my friend's house with a giant fucking big red soda.
Hell yeah.
It was a good time. Man.
We flew back on Thanksgiving, and we made the cardinal mistake of being like, nothing's fucking open. And I'm like, we'll just order pizza. And then the fear set, and I was like, I don't know if any pizza places are gonna be open. Called around, couldn't find one. Finally, I was like, Hail Mary to Round Table Pizza on Geary. Phone picks up. Hello, Round Table Pizza.
Hell yeah, man.
I was like, and I had to ask. I was like, I feel like a dumbass, but like, are you guys open right now? Are you delivering? She's like, absolutely. I was like,
Hell yeah.
hook it, fucking extra large pizza.
Garlic knots?
No, we just got
Extra
a,
red
a
sauce?
fucking extra red sauce. Kevin.
You got to, Kevin. You
Yeah,
have to.
because I wanted it to be like almost a soup in the
like
middle of the
falling
pizza,
apart,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And we got so much that we had enough for another meal the next day, which we did not need because I was like, I was like in my brain, I'm in like apocalypse mentality where I'm like,
Yeah.
we're gonna need food for fucking days. The next day, everything's one's open, because it's Black Friday. Everyone's out and about, but it was so good.
It was really great being
Fuck, it
home
was
because
good.
it was my grandma's 80th birthday, and my mom's side of the family rented a little events hall, right? Bunch of relatives came over, relatives I haven't seen in years, and I don't know what Greg is laughing about.
I don't know why I did it.
And Andy starts into a conversation. Nick feels the need to just pull my paper out a fraction of an inch.
No,
We noticed him, so he kept moving it around.
I know because it was off. Andy, you'll appreciate it. It was off angle, and I had to straighten it to be in line with the rest of
OCD.
it.
The OCD got
Sorry.
to you. Yeah, so it was like
Thanks for
kind of like
making
a
fun of
family
me, guys.
reunion. I saw relatives I haven't seen in 10, 20 years, and the whole break was just me fucking being a fat piece of garbage, dude. I ate so much, and I can't wait to like, all right, I'm going to get back to the gym. I'm going to like try to eat some salads and just like not overeat because the whole week consisted of me, mijo, do you want grandma to make you lunch? You want grandma to make whatever? We're doing we had the turkey tacos on Wednesday. Fantastic. Holy
Yeah,
shit. And Kevin, it is nor de tomate, the thing we were talking about that they cook it with.
cool.
Fantastic. But the rest of the week, it was just pizza. It was Whataburger. It was all sorts of shit.
Sure.
And it was fantastic. And I felt awful the whole time. Like
My
just
favorite thing about your
bloated
trip
and gross.
was your story where you're like about to go to some type of
Pachanga.
party. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the hell that is, but I read that and I saw it.
Yeah.
And then I hit next story and I'm like, oh my God, that was
It was it. That's
a
exactly
pachanga.
Andy,
that
Andy
was it.
turns in the buffet line to some little kid. and
Yeah,
I'm
it was
like,
my nephew. Yeah, it wasn't your no. That was just like a. That's where the pan de polvo. Kevin, you ever eat pan de polvo?
No.
All right, so it's just like sort of sweet.
Bread of powder, huh?
It's basically cookies with a lot of it's like sugar cookies.
Oh,
my aunt makes it, and it's fucking phenomenal. But the whole thing. So we had a sort of this catered dinner there, and it was just you would get a plate of 5 corn tortillas with just a bunch of beef in there and a bunch of onion and it was just like Mexican street style tacos.
Hell yeah.
With now your favorite beans. Cup of beans a la charra, which is like, oh my God, it's my favorite fucking thing. It's just a cup, and you just fucking eat beans from a cup, and it's just like
a hobo.
yeah.
Nice.
It was
I
delicious.
love these fucking fun names so much. Today, Kev, we ordered burritos
Delicious.
from some place just using an app, and it was a burrito. What was it called?
It was burrito. Camarona de Diabla. which is
Devil shrimp?
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And what does
Shrimp
it
for the
translate to?
devil.
Shrimp for the devil.
Thell's got to get a shrimp.
Did you
man.
get it?
It's
You cowards get it?
really spicy. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I don't really like shrimp and burritos.
Huh.
Yeah.
I just don't default to shrimp. Period.
Andy
I
loves
think
shrimp.
there's just so much better.
Shrimp
protein out
loves
there.
or shrimp loves Andy. Andy loves shrimp so much that anytime I hear about shrimp or see it on a menu or anything, I think Andy now, and it's to the point where sometimes Jen will beat me to it and talk about Andy when we hear about.
It's
the
my
shrimp.
favorite thing in the world. Like, oh my god, we did the whole Benihana thing, but there's this place back home called Hayashi, and yeah, I got the fucking shrimp and I got the chicken with a bunch of steamed rice and all the veggies. It was fucking fantastic, dude.
Let's go.
It was very expensive, and my parents always do this thing where they'll always let me know about all the times my brother. They'll go out to lunch and my brother will forego paying.
You won't pay.
Like they'll all go out to lunch and maybe like he invited everybody and they'll tell like I hope they're not listening, but they always do this thing where they'll be like, yeah, we went out to this and that, and like Aaron, he made us pay, you know, like he invited us or whatever, and
Because
it's,
they're the parents.
well, I don't really know.
Why does he do
yeah,
it?
I guess
That's
I don't
weird.
know. Like I mean, it's not that he does it every time, but like every once in a while they'll go sometimes where maybe, you know, not enough is pitched in. And I was like, I'm gonna pay for today's lunch, and I was like, not because I care about you, just because I don't want y'all talking shit behind my back.
Because you're like this. Is this a war? Like, are you telling me something?
Yeah.
Are you guys like, have I not paid for that shit on this?
Yeah, but it was fantastic. It was great being back home, and I can't wait to be back again in a couple weeks. It'll be
nice.
fun. It'll be
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, as a kid, it didn't suck. Obviously, it's cool, it's good. But as an adult, especially running business and work and stuff, we should just call a spade in America, and December should just be a month off for everybody. Why are we here for 2 weeks?
The different.
in,
Yeah,
What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Combine. If anything, let's move Thanksgiving
to the middle of the year.
Yeah.
Sure, that or on top of Christmas. Then it's 3 weeks off or something. Come on. What are we doing
That's
here?
a
We're
good
back
call.
for 2 weeks. Our industry, video games, it's shut down. Nothing's happening. No, what are you
Just the
do?
Game
I,
Awards.
I hear you, man.
Well, sure, but that can still happen.
I gotta
That's a
play
fun
Disco
time.
Elysium.
Yeah, but how much more fun would that would it be if you could watch the Game Awards while you're sitting in your jams on your couch eating a shit ton of food?
Oh,
See what
we
I'm saying?
can do that.
oh man.
We
Yeah,
do
you
that.
always make us come in, and by us I mean these guys.
I'm at the Game Awards drunk. I'm never
That's
here.
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I don't know. I'm with you, dude. Like, I mean, I love everything you just described, and I'm right with Greg on this one. Like, I wish they were a little more spaced out because it does. There's a part of me that needs to go down and just be fucking slovenly. Just that gluttonous, like I am so stuffed right
Eating
now.
the pumpkin pie
but in
out
the
of the-
back,
out of the
in
pie
some
plate.
fucked up part of my brain that's like the only way out is through.
Yeah.
Keep eating more, and like you go and it's warm when it's on the table, and then later you pull it back out and it's kind of cold, and then later you pull it out and it's ice
And most of the
cold, and
relatives
you're
are
like,
gone
"Oh,
by
this-"
then, and you're just
and
you're
it's
watching
just
the
you
Cowboys
and-
get
yep.
embarrassed on Thanksgiving.
For
yeah.
me, it's like you're watching Tag for the 4th time, and you're like, "This is fucking great."
Cancel it all, man. Thanksgiving, Christmas. Get it out.
Cancel it.
I can't wait till Christmas is caught for some sexual misconduct.
Christ.
Oh wow,
And then we
Jesus.
just can't do it anymore.
Jesus Christ, you mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna let that one go. We'll let it go. This is 3 things that came to my mind. I'll tell you guys off camera.
I did the one thing though. You know, after eating a lot, I went to go play basketball with my brother, one of his
Yeah,
friends.
that's bad.
And,
That's no good.
And oh my god, I was so sore because
Yeah, yeah.
you know I was like, dude, I'll be in better shape because I've been like running a bit at the gym, and at least it won't be like the last year where last Christmas was the first time I played basketball since the prior Christmas. You know what I mean? It was really, really bad. I was like, no, this year, I'll be fine. I'll have some more endurance. But it's just a different movement that your body is required. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't even form this sentence.
You got it right.
Yeah, so like all this crazy
Different
like, playing
muscle groups?
defense. Yeah, it's just like these are things that I'm not used to working out all the time, and so I feel soreness here from shooting so much and just draining threes, knocking down every
yeah.
shot,
Fucking
dude.
all that.
Crazy, dude. Yeah,
No, take the net off. I don't even need it.
take all the remove it.
Whisper quiet.
Yeah.
See, I had the opposite because when I go to the gym, I use the Stairmaster. And so when we got to the Eiffel Tower and we were like, let's walk up the stairs,
were
I was
great.
like, this is what I've been training
Wow.
for. Fucking crushed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
No
good.
big deal.
It's like elevators.
No big deal. Yeah, we got there. We tried to book it too late. We were like in line in the standby line. Like, oh fuck, and tried to book it. Like, we're
So
so
similar to me going to the RGV, you all went to France.
Well, he went to France.
I went to France.
He went to Prague, and I stayed in London.
And my grandma was there giving me miho.
Yeah, my wife and I stayed in London. We just bummed around, shopped, and I think the highlight of the trip for me was we went to the Tate Modern, which is you'll remember from Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh, great.
It's where he goes up the elevator and then tries to get Henry Cavill, and he puts the picture on the thing
Yeah.
of Julia, or what's her name?
He's holding
And
on
he's
to the
holding on to
bottom.
the thing, and he goes up that big stack and then takes off. I was like, oh, we got to go there. And my wife's like, that's like a really famous museum, right? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck what it is. We're
This
going
is
there.
where Tom Cruise ran through.
He ran through that shit, and
Yeah.
it's one of the coolest buildings I've ever been in my life. It's an
Another
old-
5'6" man ran through this area. I'm gonna do it too.
I was like, I legitimately thought, I'm like, if I wasn't jet lagged and I wasn't with my wife, I would do the run. Like I would try to do at least a little bit of the run.
That'd be great.
It would have been great. But it was like really fucking cold, and I had a lot of meat pie. So yeah,
A big fan of the hat you had on this trip.
thank you.
I saw it, and it's the star of your Instagram.
It is. It was a second purchase. The day we got to London,
Kevin,
when
can
we were
we
staying
toss
in
it up?
Shoreditch.
I can't.
internet
He doesn't
stuff?
follow me
No,
on
he
it.
he has Nick
blocked me on
blocked
Instagram.
on Instagram.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, we got into London. I was like, wow, this is. I thought I brought the right jacket. I don't have a right jacket for that shit. And like, I was like, I need a scarf and I need a beanie. I forgot to bring both those things. So we walked in and I found this like cool little Japanese store that had these two things in it. And
Look
I
at
bought a
this hat.
mustard colored beanie.
Look at how
Yeah,
happy this young
It's a
man
good looking
is.
hat, Nick.
It's
I
a
like it.
great looking hat.
Oh my god! Fun fact. I
Look how
posted.
happy you look.
Oh, that's the building. That's the Tate.
There you
So
go.
look how badass that is. It used to be an old power plant that like was like
blurry.
hydropowered. Yeah, it's back there. It's big. It's bigger than it looks.
That's how it looks.
You see, it looks small. It's really big. That's me at the top of the.
If
Tate.
you ever
I'm
write a
not-
book, that next one, go on over, Kevin.
That's gonna be the image.
That's the one that needs to be on your author.
A word from the author.
Nick Scarpino lives in San Francisco with his wife.
Yeah, that was so fun though. That was
Even Chobot likes it. She hates you.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I got to see Mission Impossible 1's little area.
Oh, that's cool. That's right. Because you're in Prague.
Went
Wow,
to
you had a little
old-
MI vacation.
I did, yeah. Went to the Old Town Square there, which is where the restaurant with the fish tank that blows up happens.
Yeah.
Restaurant doesn't exist,
Oh,
but
fuck.
you know,
The
I was
fish
there.
tank does.
Fish are still
did it
dead
used
on
to
the
be a
ground.
restaurant, and now it's not there anymore?
No, so just it was never a restaurant. I mean, there are restaurants there, but like that was just like they built the set there. Like so it wasn't CG. Like they brought water in and Tom Cruise almost drowned.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Greg went to
Small,
the site of
uh,
London Has Fallen, the movie.
What was that?
American Werewolf in Paris.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I meant to say.
That's
France.
Well,
Paris,
see,
France.
that's what I made the joke on my Instagram stories about the Eiffel Tower when we were there. I was like, oh, it's that building from Superman 2. Because remember, that's how it opens. Superman
I've never
catches
seen
it.
that
Lois
movie.
is on the other side. She's underneath the elevator.
Never seen
It's
it.
great. You should watch it tonight. All right. And if you don't, I'm gonna throw your phone.
I have
in
to
the
watch
fucking
Last
wall.
Jedi. Kevin, I'm returning my phone.
Wow. Oh, you
Yeah.
finally getting an iPhone?
Oh, wow.
Finally getting an iPhone?
No, shut up,
Are you
God,
gonna get
no,
the
it's
blue?
not.
Come on,
Shut
the blue thing. You're so hot. Take this off.
I'll tell you what.
God, he's
what's-
molten. Touch him, Tim.
What's getting me about the Pixel 4? You know, I love my Pixel. It's fantastic camera, fantastic everything. But I miss my fingerprint unlock.
Whoa.
And this is only face unlock, and I just don't love it. It's just kind of I prefer just
Wait,
the
so
fingerprint.
that alone is enough for
It's
you to
really
return
just
it?
that alone. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I bought my dad a Galaxy S10 Plus. Fuck,
phone
that
names,
shit was
man.
so expensive. So like the idea was, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get my dad a Pixel 3a. I'm gonna get me a Pixel 3a. The 3a. is
Pixel
kind-
Bros.
The 3a is kind of like the you know the iPhone, like the 10
R.
yeah, the R or whatever fuck version.
Good one
XR.
or bad one?
The cheap one.
The cheaper
Okay,
like
I
The
got
yeah
iPhone
economy
C
one.
is the best.
Well, I could hack a fucking computer with
And then but then
Well,
you
I
know
run gingerbread, so I can do whatever I
Why
want.
are they
in
interrupting
Linux.
your story to make
My
stupid
stuff's
noises?
made
I don't know.
cookies.
I'll
Shit-
kill their mic.
So shit happened. So I had to, you know, I'm gonna trade this in or whatever. I was like, Dad, I'm gonna get you a phone. You know, like you've had this this Samsung Galaxy S5, and the battery is just absolutely awful by this point. It's like 5 years old. Let's go trade it in. We'll get you. He's like, Are you sure? I was like, Yeah. I was like, Dad, it's gonna be like $15 a month. I can pay that for you. I don't give a shit, you know. And then at the end of the day, it was like, you know, it ended up being like 30.
Giant sweat drop as the bill comes up for Andy.
So he was like, well, you know, I could. It's this much off because of Black Friday or whatever, and your dad would have to pay like $1 extra because you know phone plans are fucking confusing. He's like, so that would leave you with like a $638 bill.
So now Andy's moving
And I'm
to
just
Daly
standing there, and
City.
I'm like, yeah, sure. And so I just give him the Best Buy credit card, 18 months no interest. I'm just like, fuck, I was really expensive. I was not expecting that. It's kind of a bummer. I was like, Dad, you sure you don't want to split it? No, but I paid for it. But I'm super stoked that my dad like finally has a phone that isn't god awful and
You got him a case?
super old. Yeah, we got a little rubberized case.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
My mom refused a new phone. She's like, I'm fine with mine. She has like an even older phone. It's like, oh, god damn it, Mom. The type that like when HD came out, I was like, I don't see the difference. Like she's that
Yeah.
she just doesn't give a shit about new technology at all.
She's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she always gets mad at my dad whenever he tries to buy something new. Like, you don't need that.
I walked into a Target on Black Friday, and they had nothing but it was like rows of TVs that were just out in areas that probably should have been like kept for
Sealed off.
walkways. I just feel like this is places where people, like you have to walk around this like serpentine, these rows of TVs. I'm like, this is a fire hazard right here. But I looked down, and Dee was like, wow. Like she looked down, and it was like $500 for like an 80-inch Ultra HD TV, and she was like, wow, is that how much TVs cost right now? And I'm like, in the back of my brain, I'm like, I just want to buy it, and I want to see how long I could like get up to the point where I can take it back and try to convince Tim that that's my new TV.
I hate. Oh my god.
Like-
I would. I
went-
really feel like I would lose sleep Nick, if you fucking bought a new TV and it wasn't the right one.
The right one.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. You would do it too. That would have been if you literally just sent me a picture of just like some fucking Vizio shit.
Crushed it in my living room.
Hey, Vizio's
Vizio.
good, man. Come on.
Not.
Yes, it is.
Not.
It's fine.
Ratings. Ratings.com.
Oh,
It's
man.
fine.
No, for everyone
It's
listening out there
gotten
that thinks
I
we're
understand it
assholes.
has, but
But
it's
there
just,
are standards.
We are.
Like the
Yeah.
time we came to the studio to watch Game of Thrones, you're like, oh, it looks really cool on this, and like me and Tim were both had a conversation beforehand where it's like, it's crazy how much the scene, like the LG's like processing makes it better.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Maybe that was your other boyfriend, Kevin. No, yeah, I wanted to. I wanted to do that so bad, but I was like, I don't have the
It's not
energy,
worth it.
and I can't get an 80-inch back home,
Oh no, man.
as
TVs
I
are
wouldn't
big.
fit in my car.
TVs are real big.
Yeah, or maybe it was a 70-inch. I don't know, but I want a new TV
Real
now.
big.
Real big.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kind of Funny podcast. Each and every week, 4 best friends gather on this table, each coming to talk to you about what they want to talk about in Ghostbuster cars and TVs, and Andy's playing basketball and his arms are sore. If you like that, go to patreon.com/kindoffunny. You can toss us a few bucks, get each and every episode early, watch us record it live, get it ad-free, and get it with that pre- and post-show. Andy, I have a very important question for you on the post show.
Okay.
If you don't want to toss any bucks our way, no big deal. Each and every Friday, you can get the show. One big video, one big MP3. It's got ads. It's got no pre and post show, but it's on youtube.com/kindoffunny, roosterteeth.com, and podcast services around the globe. Thanks everybody who came to London Meet and Greet. We didn't
was
say
great.
that.
Oh, that was
That was
so
amazing.
fun.
Final 2019
So many
World
people.
Tour stop. You were all amazing. It was a great time.
Very, very fun time.
London's a lovely city. Until next time, no. It's been our pleasure to serve you. All right, Andy, post-show question. I need a haircut. What do you want me to tell them? Because every time I do it and
Just
I come
let
in,
Andy
you're all
do
like,
it,
it's a good haircut. All right, sure, you can do become a haircut.
I'd say like leave the top length.
My problem with the top length is for a while I had the good height we wanted, but now it's just collapsing on its own pressure.
Here's what
It's too heavy.
Here's what I would say. Before you
okay.
go to sleep,
Sure.
Before you go to sleep, part your hair this way.
Okay,
And you're
so
gonna,
the
you're gonna
opposite way.
sleep with a different part. And when you wake up, you put it back in its normal spot, but it's gonna have a lift because it.
Well, I shower in the morning.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's
So here's what I want you to do. You walk into the barber and say, hey, do you know how to give me a 1987 accountant haircut? Cool. Don't give me that haircut anymore.
yeah. I'd say ask for
God,
like
you're
shorter on
so
the
not
sides,
funny.
but with a higher fade. Like
I can't look like Tim.
You got a pen? You got a
I
pen?
can't look like Tim.
No. Like
just do
man,
short-
you usually have a pen.
I know,
You
I
can
didn't bring
draw
one
a
today,
fucking-
I'm
Tell me to just
sorry.
fade up on the side and keep
I don't
it
want to
looking-
fade. I'm going to look just like you guys. We already look too much alike.
But it looks cool.
It does
I
look
look
cool.
dope.
I'd say, yeah, I like the thing is I think the length on top is a good length where it's parted to the side. You know who you know how his hair needs to look? His hair needs to look like this dude on one of the Dateline shows or AB. He's like super
Morrison.
super handsome dude,
Silver
but
hair?
you could tell his hair. He works on that shit. No, I think it's like dark.
John
Is it dark?
Quinones.
No.
What would you do?
What would you do?
What a show.
I fucking love what
John
would you
Quinones.
do.
Oh my
So
god.
great.
fuck
Yeah, I would say I think the length is pretty cool, actually. It's a cool length.
Does it look good on the top right now? I feel like it looks good on the top right now.
Because here's the thing. You sort of put your hair up right this, just do some hairspray, shh, and it'll stay there. Let me do it right now.
I like you with the more hair. The problem is that you only get a couple. You get maybe a week
get a
of
week
it
and a
being
half. Yeah, that's
optimal,
the
and
problem.
then it's too much.
I'm not saying faded. I would say just go a little bit shorter on the sides, but not like a fade. Don't ask.
So
for
I
like
should
a,
go down and I say, hey, I just shorten up the sides.
Shorten up the sides and the back a little bit, but not like not Nick or Tim or me style, right? But I think like if it's shorter on here with a little bit more floof on top. The floof? Suicide hole.
Why the fuck are you sucking?
Jerked off the balloon animal.
I think we should just do a KFAF bit where we go to the barbershop downstairs and you tell them what to do.
Okay.
I would love to do that.
Okay.
I actually want to see if that guy's good too, because he keeps looking at me.
This would be-
I feel guilty every
Yeah,
time
we
I come
walk out,
back
yeah.
with a clean haircut. He's like, hey, I was like, hey, it's someone else. It's a guy.
Yeah.
It's my normal guy.
So what's better, the LG B9 or the C9?
The C9.
That's the smart version, right?
Well,
C
it
for
gets
smart.
more complicated. Yeah, but they're really close. And at the end of the day, it's like you hit a point where essentially all the LG OLEDs, they have the same panel. So it's like you're dealing with the same shit. Little tiny tweaks here and
the
there.
C9 has a better processor.
But it's like we're
Yeah.
talking such minimal difference that it doesn't
Supposedly,
matter.
the C9's processor is a big jump from the previous one.
The the
the
C9
A9
it
chip,
has
right? A9 chip?
HDMI 2.1, which like right now nothing uses, but
it
next
will.
year it will.
I want to, my
Next
dad
year-
bought a 4K TV like 3 years ago, and it's at that point where he won't change it for another probably 5 years.
Yeah.
But it was one of the higher end Samsungs at the time, but it's getting this. You know how my monitor has that weird glow around the border? Like there's something's up with the
Does it
panel.
glow around your monitor? board?
Yeah, like where it's like a weird discoloration
never heard of
around the edges. And it was so evident during the episode of Watchmen where it's all the black and white flashbacks.
Yeah.
And it's like it's black and white, and around the edges it's like this weird, gross yellow.
Yeah.
And I feel so sad that we didn't get him that like extended plan because it's outside of the
Dude,
1
the
year
extended
warranty.
plan
already.
is clutch.
I know.
Maybe
Best
every
Buy.
year it'll shrink a little bit more.
I think it's just getting bigger.
Well, I meant, I'm sorry, the good space would shrink a little bit more. Every year the bad thing will get bigger.
Yeah.
The good spot will get smaller.
But why did you say maybe? Like, is it something to look forward
I was
to?
like, I was like,
You never know.
Like maybe Robert De Niro might look more like a child later.
What was it? The
face.
puppy dog? Andy, you got to go as that for Halloween one of these years.
Tim, that's not true, is it? That's not accurate.
HDR10 plus?
Yeah.
Well, isn't HDR10 like getting phased out? It's like isn't that the HD DVD of
Yeah, like,
HDR?
aren't they more going the Dolby?
Yeah, everything's
Atmos
getting
route.
Dolby Vision, which is good.
But does it not have HDR10 plus?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Greg, we didn't win $50,000?
I've already followed up with the Oreo PR people. The fact that they sent out the email today, like, "Hey, it turns out the flavor's churro. Yay, the winners have
you
been
send them
notified."
a
I'm like, "Here's the video clip of us saying it was churro. Where's my money?" I'll see if they responded.
I would have loved it if
Good.
they.
Get them on the fucking line.
Is that actually what you said to them?
It wasn't that aggressive, but it was that we nailed
Where's
this,
my
money?
and
I
I'm
was
upset
really
about
You
you.
pieces of shit. Oh, there was a comedian in my plane that I don't know what his name was.
Dane Cook.
But he was like on my flight, and he was talking to one of the stewardesses. Is that the right word he
Should I
said?
hit that up?
No, that's not
Flight
the right-
attendants is what they call them
Flight
now.
Flight attendant.
Stewardesses were like the 80s.
Oh, got it.
Or
And
dames.
she was like, "What are
Dames.
you in San Francisco for?" He was like, stand up comedy. My buddy, he's flying out here to perform or whatever." And they're a little too far away, but I was gonna be like, "Hey,
No, that's cool. So he was coming in with a bigger act.
I think so, yeah."
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. That's fun.
So my
Was it
exact
Nick?
email to the Oreo people was, "Hey, person, I guessed this on our show, hyperlinked. Please send me my money." Winky emoji.
Yeah.
But hopefully, if that person's like, "Hey, I don't want the money," they'll give it to
We
us.
got some petty cash.
I'll say you are a master of funny emails until you're not. Until there's always one where like, too aggressive. But for the most part, you knock them out of the park.
Thank
that
you.
was a good one.
Thank you.
Andy, was it Nick
like I picked on you today.
Swartzen?
You pick
No,
on me all
it
day,
was
every
not.
day.
Damn, it was
You
really
should think about
That
yourself.
was not Nick Swartzen. I would have recognized him.
Tell you what, though, Nick Swartzen's hair looked great like that. Take that down to the barber. Like, give me that Nick Swartzen hair.
Show, open it up.
Don't take the picture. Just tell them that.
Yeah, I want-
Give me the Nick Swartzen.
No, I don't want that hair.
Give me
Yeah,
the Nick
no.
Swartzen.
Yeah,
I see. I want you to do that hair down there, that where it's
The black and white.
black and white one. Yeah,
No,
I
that's
feel like
no.
you can do that.
That looks like Nick, Tim.
No, it's totally.
Yeah,
it's
there's a lot
John
of product
Hamm.
there.
You know whose hair you should get? Oh my God, do Rust Cole True Detective season 1, not the long ponytail, but
Yeah.
when he had the longer
Russ
hair.
Who?
Russ?
Rust Cole, Matthew McConaughey in
Oh.
season 1 True Detective.
Oh.
I just feel like if you really don't want to look like Tim, you gotta shave. One of you has to shave the beard and your chest.
I'm ready. Mine's growing back in painfully.
Why don't you shoot the chest?
Oh yeah, I'll take this
different.
hair shirt.
Like-
Like, dude,
Is that not what you have right now?
Also,
No,
100%
I don't- I'm not
when
pulling
he's
it
just
off.
Longer on the
when
side.
he's just walking outside and his hair is like the top part is like a little bit longer flowing. I was like, God, dude, I wish
You
I
could
could
do
look
that.
like him so bad right
let it
now.
grow out. See where it goes. Did you be like when
Andy,
Superman came back?
How did he get to this point?
What do you mean? How did he? You didn't watch?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't watch the show.
Oh fuck! Don't
Watch
tell
the
him.
fucking
Kevin,
movie,
fuck,
Kevin.
You
Watch
gotta
it.
watch it. You think The Watchmen's good? Fucking this show's better.
Nah, I don't think.
Oh my god, yes. True
Kevin.
Detective season 1 is arguably one of the best seasons
Well, I'm
of
gonna watch
television
season
ever.
2 first, so.
Yeah, that's
Go
right.
for it.
No, yeah.
For
And I told him to watch
experiments-
season 2
Experiment purposes.
for experimentation.
Don't
Still
watch
on my
season 2.
So he could watch
Period.
season 2 and
No, it's
see.
gonna ruin the concept of the show for him.
No, but and see if he thinks that maybe people like us who saw 1 before, maybe season 2 is good. We just don't think it is because we saw season 1. But yeah, I don't think it is.
It's
Right,
bad.
experimenting, guys.
It's bad. But season 3
We're
is
never
gonna
gonna
be
do that.
great.
We talked about it like 3 years ago.
Aren't they doing season 3?
They already did season 3. Mahershala
Oh,
Ali.
that's what it was. Yeah,
It was good.
It was good. It was really
Oh
good.
yeah, that was good. I watched all of it and I
Real
forgot about it. But yeah,
Can you
there
believe
it is.
that
It
was
just
this
came
year?
back.
Dude,
Wow, that's
that was
crazy.
when they dug fucking what's his ass out of the grave and put it back on.
Oh, Timothy.
No, not Timothy Oliphant.
No, I know.
Fucking
Dolt, right? Isn't it something like that?
No.
Christ, he played. He was the vampire in fucking Blade, the bad guy.
Yeah, no, and Nick.
Frost. He was Frost and fucking.
Steven Dorff.
Yeah,
Steven
the dwarf.
Dorff.
The dwarf. Hey man, he had that real grimy
He's
voice, like he's
fucking
been smoking
great,
cigarettes
yeah.
for like 400.
And he
You know
has
what's
been.
another show that I kind of forget was was this decade or even this year? I should have said year. I said decade because that was one of the questions that we almost got to from Lexi Gunner. The fucking the
remember
nuclear
Oh,
HBO. Chernobyl.
Yeah,
There's
Holy
a
fuck.
I think there's like a HBO short where
good
it's
show.
the creator of Chernobyl's talking to Damon Lindelof.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh no, they have a podcast.
Oh, that's right. That's what it is.
They have a
It's like,
Watchmen podcast.
Yeah, that's cool as fuck.
Really cool.
That's the nerdiest shit I've ever heard in my life. and
You know,
it's cool.
I realized yesterday when I was thinking about shows and stuff and how good it is right now and how good it's been a year that I still haven't watched that Breaking Bad movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, no. Should
I haven't
do
either.
it? Do
I think
need
you'll like
to?
it. It's nothing mind blowing, but it's well made and it's Vince Gilligan.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a prequel to The Island.
Of Dr. Moreau.
Gilligan's Island.
Oh, gotcha.
You're welcome.
I see what you did there.
I mean, it's just
You didn't have to say you're welcome.
Nah,
'cause I
that
won't
was
say
pretty
thank
good.
you for that.
Yeah, it's
You
my
missed it.
big
You know,
difference.
I appreciate it though. You're out there taking swings. You know what I
That's
mean?
all you gotta do.
Andy didn't even show up to the game today. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your post show. There's a lot of emails from Thanksgiving we need to catch up on. We love and appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow with more content. Until then, Kevin, take them away, toys.
What does that mean?
Simpsons reference.